joining him in the bathroom? Okay.
He's going to hold something, I guess.
Real band shit.
He's gonna hold his dick while he pees.
Gonna aim.
And now I'm here. Hello,
Gonna ride
guys.
his
Hi.
steamboat.
I have legitimately heard from women that I know that are in relationships that they're like begging their boyfriend to let them hold their dick while they pee.
Oh,
Like it's a
couple
real
my-
thing.
That's
a real.
real.
A couple of my exes
That's
were like
happened.
that. I swear to God.
That's happened.
It's happened to
Can-
you?
Can confirm. Yes.
My
Three
recent
separate
ex,
times.
my recent ex was
Three
like,
separate
I've
women.
Is
never
one of
done
them
this.
One that I know.
No.
Okay.
My recent ex was like, I've never done this. I want to do this. I'm like, no, fuck that.
I don't-
No.
Are we
I don't
recording?
think.
Yeah.
Yes, but we're waiting for everyone to basically start.
No, I mean this is the show now, pretty much.
What were
Never
you-
mind. Hello. How you doing?
What did I walk into?
Uh,
Talking about
That-
how girls like to hold their boyfriend's dick when they pee.
can I just say this is an
phenomenon.
amazing podcast
It's not
already?
just a meme.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah. Welcome to Ghost on the Aux. I'm gonna look at, there's two. This one can almost see me. That one's the main one. Hi, I'm Devin. With me today, as normal,
Trey.
Trey,
Hello.
and we have 3/5 of the right. One of them in the bathroom, so we have 2/5 of the Angelson band.
Hi.
There he is.
Speak of the devil, there he is.
Oh, snap.
How you guys doing? I'm Jake. I am the drummer of Angelson.
I am Hunter.
Oh, he moved the camera.
I am 1 second guitar player.
There you go.
I'm Jordy. I'm the vocalist.
Now, Jordy, can you make sure that camera is still pointed at Trey and Jake over there?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
You move my water.
Sweet, I guess.
Good.
I don't know.
All right. So yeah, women really be holding dicks when they pee.
So, Jordy, let me catch you up. So, when you were gone, we were talking about the two-dimensional thing that when you left, they were like, has any woman ever told you, like, they want to hold your dicks when you're trying to pee? I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait, what?
He said
Yes.
this happened to him 3 times.
2 dimensions to holding penises?
It's a great transition, don't you think?
Wait, what dimension?
What?
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
It's
What do you
because
mean? What do you want me to
Like what
elaborate on?
happened? They just asked you like,
Yes.
yeah, I want to hold your dick, or
Yeah, like when we're showering, we're in the bathroom.
yeah,
Yeah, and we go to pee,
yeah.
and they're just like, I want to aim it, and I'm like, no.
that's happened to me, like I said, a couple times, and I don't like that. Like, it's weird to me.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I'm like, babe, can I hold your penis? Like, no. What the fuck?
Well,
no.
I've also heard it's a common sentiment that they like think about the like aiming it. It's
Yeah.
something that fascinates them,
Yeah.
apparently.
Exactly.
And I also heard from my friend who did it that she said that it was weird that you could like feel the pee coming out. Like
Excuse me.
she said that she could like feel like the sensation, like the vibration of the pee actually exiting, and it was a weird thing.
I bet.
what
Yo,
what a
babe.
start.
Yo, babe, can I
What
hold
a
your
start.
clit while you pee? Imagine.
That,
No.
that's
Anyway,
Okay.
Angelson band. What up? guys?
Angelson,
Angelson
Angelson, 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 Angelson.
congratulations. You know the name of the band?
So let's start off with I first saw you guys at 3 Olives. That was my first time. Well, only time seeing you guys actually.
Yeah.
How long have you all been playing together?
Well, I first started looking for members in January, but we really got active in March. That's when I
Okay.
pretty much found our core.
Cool.
So I'm very, very happy to find all these guys. You
Yeah.
know, I believe that besides Doug's missing and Eddie's missing, but this is like the members. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no better members I could find. I feel like we all fit so well together. We have such good chemistry together. We're all really close friends. We hang out all the time. You know, like I
quit
love
the
I love
first
all my
time.
band members so much.
were all of you guys already homies before the band, or did the
No,
or
not
was it-
necessarily.
Kind of. I mean, Jake and I played a show before with. I'm in another band with a guy named Gunnar Gill, and that's how I met Jake. That's how I met Eddie. I found Doug on Bandmix, and now he's my roommate. And I found Jordy. Was it Bandmix or Instagram?
It was band mix.
It was Bandmix, but then I had you on Instagram.
He was the only smart motherfucker on that website. He was the only one who put his fucking contact information in the description, and you had to pay to actually view people's contacts, and no one put it in the description. He's the only motherfucker.
Who actually made his information
Yes.
available to people?
I mean,
Hey,
I
that
also
was meant to
paid
be.
for it too.
Dude, you paid
It
for
makes
that
sense.
shit?
Yeah, it was worth it. I have a band now.
Why did you pay
But
for
I
it?
have a band now.
Yeah,
but I have a band now.
I know, but
Technically
you
it
put
worked.
that shit in the description.
All right,
It's
all right,
worth
all right. So to simple all up, how we all met. Yes, me and Hunter met through Gunner. I've known Gunner for almost 9, maybe almost 10 years now. I've known him since middle school. He wanted to be a punk rock artist, and he's a drummer. He's a guitarist, bassist. He can do everything. He's an amazing musician. I love him. He's a great friend as well. Hunter joined his band, and for a show called Gunner Fest, it was the second one he had last year. What, November, Hunter? Something like that?
Yeah, it was November.
It was around November time. He contacted me. He's like, hey, you want to play drums for me again? Because I was in a band with him called Cabin Bass back in 2020. And with that, Gunner texted me. He said, hey, you want to play drums? I'm like, sure. So then I met Eddie again. I met Hunter for the first time. And me, Eddie, and Hunter clicked when I got behind his kit. And then we played that show. It was a great show. Then Hunter contacted me in February. Hey, you want to make a band? I'm like, sure. So he was the first person to reach out to me. We started the band. And then I think you found Doug next, right? Or was it Jordy?
It was actually forgot his name. Remember there was that guitar Noah.
Oh, Noah.
He
Yeah,
there
it
for
was
two-
Noah.
He was there for 2 days.
Yeah, there was Noah and then Mateo.
I taught him guitar
Basically, yeah.
for a
Okay.
bit. He was my student. And
Yeah,
then,
and then Mateo came in, our old bassist.
And what happened? He wasn't about it. He
I
came in for 2 days and he's like, nah,
he
it's safe
just
for me.
didn't really practice, and I felt like he just. I mean, you know, Noah's a cool guy, but I just thought that I could probably find someone who might take it a little bit more seriously, who's maybe a little bit, you know, more ready to be in a band.
Doug.
Yes, we need Doug.
So this is a different project then, like entirely. The
from,
previous.
from what? Oh, like with Noah?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, it was the same concept, but like what Hunter said.
I mean, we
just
started
with different-
covering Red Hot Chili Peppers and Iron Maiden.
That's true.
And then now we make metalcore.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean,
it kind of changed.
well, of course it changes because, you know, the thing is, the way I like to see bands is, you know, we're all kind of combining our own influences into one big thing. It's like, you know, like it's kind of like mixing colors together. You know what I mean? This is the colors of all of us together.
Yeah.
That's how I like to see it.
So with that said, where would you say that how would you say that all of your like individual influences led to the sound that you guys are like at now?
Can I just start off with like sometimes I can't tell if our music is metalcore or like punk. It's kind of just like a mash of like punk and metalcore, but it's like old hardcore punk inside the metalcore.
Can I
Yeah.
say that, in my opinion, it's probably better that you don't know how to classify your genre than it is if you
Yeah.
had a solid
It means
genre.
we're unique.
100%. 100%.
And also, like, you know, we're just making whatever we want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had this concept that we have our first 2 albums kind of already kind of set, like what we want to do. The first album is going to be kind of relatively the same, like in the music genre, but not like one genre, like 1 or 2, maybe 3 at most. And our second album is going to be anything the fuck we want. Like, we can make anything from smooth jazz to speed metal in that range. We don't care. That's what we want to do. We don't want to.
The eclectic album.
Yeah.
Should cover
yes,
a Michael Bublé song.
Like,
we
You
could,
should.
What the
but
Who is that?
You don't know. You don't know him?
what we're trying to do is that we're not trying to, like you said, trying to be one genre of a band. We're trying to be multiple. Obviously, metalcore is a big influence with the genre we make and how the music we come up with. That's a good standpoint of our ground. But we just try to make anything, make it sound good. And we like our sound so far. We just got recorded it currently. But we currently have 7 songs right now. We're trying to make a 13 to 15 song album first. And our debut EP actually
When
is
you
actually
when you
gonna come
say sorry to cut you off. When you
Yeah,
say
good.
7 songs, you mean written or recorded?
We have 7 songs written and ready to record right now. So
Okay.
if we can go to a studio, we can get 7 songs bumped out in like a couple hours right now. They're done.
Dope.
And our EPs actually come out hopefully in August, if anything, early September. That's where I have a 5-song EP. It's actually hopefully, like I said, August, September range. And that's going to be fucking sick in my opinion.
Hell yeah.
you guys bringing up eclectic metalcore. Are you guys familiar with the band Between the Buried and Me?
Oh,
Yeah.
I just covered the Endless Obsession, the sweep picking solo at the end.
Yeah.
I just
Yep.
posted it on my Instagram today.
Oh,
I
word.
fucking love
Nice.
that band, dude.
Huge.
I
Yep.
love that
Dude,
song, dude.
real recognized
I
real.
love Between the Buried and Me.
Yeah, they're actually the band that I listened to like back when Colors came out, and that like really kind of got me into that style of music. And what you guys are describing, like basically, it reminded me a lot of that of that very like kind of punky metalcore influence, but very, very eclectic genre-wise, especially for Colors.
Yeah.
Which was like the whole point of that album was to be like as, you know, eclectic stylistically as possible.
Yeah, and to kind of contrary to that, with multiple genres that we're doing, one of our songs, we call it our pop punk song. It's completely different than like the song we have In My Way. That's like pure metalcore and pure like heavy shit. And then it has one of the best breakdowns I've ever written. It's a very fast to slow breakdown. It's so cool. And then Die at Your Feet, that's the punk song we have. That is a complete 180 of like a couple of our songs, which I love doing. It's my new favorite song to play for the band. It's fucking amazing. I love it so much.
The thing is, it gets pushed by like our central metalcore sound.
Yes, that's also
like,
true.
It's like a bunch of genres influencing it or like kind of collabing with our style. Does that make sense? So we're kind of collabing a style that isn't ours with ours. So we're gonna like do that with every song almost. That's the goal.
I like it.
What's it been like writing new stuff? What's that experience been like?
Very fun.
I always wonder when it comes to the more like emotionally intense, or maybe not, well, just the more intense genres of music. Like, how do you? It seems so when it's performed, it seems so like organic in a sense. How do you write it and like create it from scratch and then like tune it and then still try to maintain that organic like intensity?
We lock in.
I mean, I just kind of follow my heart whenever I write, you know, like, you know, I definitely like think about, you know, if I'm really stumped, I might like try to find like a chord progression, try to write along with the chord progression. But at this, you know, you just got to really like listen to your ear, just, you know, find whatever sounds good to me. So I just try to follow my heart, listen to my ear, try to find something that I resonate with when I write.
We all have energies that collide, so I wouldn't necessarily describe our music as sad or heavy. I think it's honestly more lighthearted. It's like I'd consider it more like near
Party foul.
hype music. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like we do have a few heavy hitting songs, and you know, it's just from my perspective, we just sit in a room and put our feelings on through sound.
100%. So the main thing about the songwriting process is that Doug and or Hunter, our guitarists, they come up with the song, and as of right now, me and Eddie, the bassist, and I, we immediately know what to play, and we just do a rough demo at first, and then after that, we learn the song structure, we learn the time progressions, we learn time signature changes and everything, because if anything, all of our songs are time signature changes, which is pretty fucking cool in my opinion. They just happen, you know? Like, I think Realign, our first song we ever made, is the only song that doesn't change a time signature. Every other song has multiple time signature changes, which is, I love. Like, you guys said influences. Tool, Danny Carey, huge influence of mine. In my opinion, the greatest drummer to ever exist. Sorry, Neil Peart, but...
WWW.
Yeah, that too.
It's true.
I think it's kind of crazy that like your guys' sound is different from my origin sound, but my style like mashed pretty well with it. Cause like with my singing style for Truths I Vowed, it was more like from first to last styled vocals.
Yeah, and that song has like 4 time signature changes as well. That one alone right there. Like the very beginning of the song, the first minute and a half, that sounds like more punkish heavy vibe. But that has a shit ton of time changes in that alone. Then the last half of the song is kind of the same, but it's like very grudgy and heavy, which I fucking love.
It's a very emotional song.
It really is. Like, if you listen to Jory's lyrics in the song, it's very emotional. I've listened to him like actually like a couple days ago. I finally like listened to the lyrics and read his sheet. I'm like, holy shit, this is like emotional. Like, I don't understand it. Like, he's screaming over it, and I can feel his heart pouring into that song alone. That song alone, we made multiple, but that one right there is like, to me, very heavy to Jordy's heart, which I love. That's why I like for this band. All of us are collectively pouring our hearts and souls into this music that we're making, which
into this gold pot.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But we're collectively pouring everything that we have into this music. That's why when we play, even practices, I'm going crazy. Hunter's going crazy. George's going crazy. Eddie, Doug, we're all going crazy because we love what we do and we're pouring everything into that music. I love it.
Or that.
Good shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like the specific meaning is like about like realign. It's like realigning with yourself after something gets you like all the way down. So it's just about breaking free from those like mental restraints on you and deciding to have a better future for yourself.
I love that.
So like that's kind of what I'm getting at is when you're writing something like that, does the meaning and the actual words come first when you're in like a more subdued mindset, or and then the intensity of the sound come later on top of it, or is it kind of one and one, or are you, when you're writing, are you shooting for, you want it to sound a certain way, so you're writing around that?
When I hear the song, I have a specific feeling, and I won't worry about a melody just yet or like a vocal rhythm. I'll more just write what the song sounds like to me. And then once I am able to read it in front of the actual like instruments, I usually know exactly how I want the song to sound already. So that's more of my writing process. I don't get to the actual like sound of it till after I write on a piece of paper.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, what about when it comes to the lyrics? Like do you tend to like when do you tend to write better about things that you're currently going through or have gone through recently, or things that you're like looking back on, or is it like a mix?
It's like a mix of the both, you know? It's just like I have a feeling that I've felt in life, and then like the song will sound similar to how this feeling feels, and then I'll pick out that feeling and put it on paper. It doesn't it's not specific to like past, present, or future. It's just like whatever goes through my head that I feel like matches with the song, I'll put it on the paper.
Or, and do you guys have like some similar like creative processes? Would you
I
say,
mean,
or
For me, like, whenever I write a song, it usually just like it comes to me. You know, like I can't really force myself to write something. Whenever I try to force myself to write something, it usually ends up sounding like shit, in my opinion. So it's just like, you know, I might just be sitting down after, you know, a long day of doing nothing for me. But and I just play a riff and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Or like I find some chords and I'm like, these chords sound good together. Or, you know, maybe if I'm having a really bad day, sometimes like, you know, if I'm like having a bad day, I try to pick up my guitar because, you know, that obviously helps me feel better. You know, I just try to play a little bit, and I play with some chords and like, oh, like, you know, that's how I come up with a lot of stuff. And also listening to, I like to listen to my inspirations. If I'm ever in a slump, I always like to, you know, I put on some, for me, like some of my biggest inspirations when I write is Opeth. Opeth's one of my favorite bands of all time. Nice. So, you know, I put on, if I want to write something chill, like if I'm feeling chill, I put Damnation. Damnation's like, I return to that album every single day. I listen to that album all the time. Really? Or, you know, if I want to write something that's like really, if I'm in the mood to write something like really, I guess like technical or whatever, or if, you know, I like to listen to a lot of like Cynic. So, you know, I listen to a lot of Cynic whenever I want to like kind of think of something with a lot of parts to it, you know, something kind of interesting. You know, just, I love listening to my inspirations if I'm ever in a writing slump. That's pretty much my point.
So it's pretty much emotionally driven, like altogether. It's not really something you could find technically written on a piece of paper.
Yeah,
usually.
And that was all to ask because I was wondering. You guys mentioned you guys were talking about a like meeting up for a band practice recently, and like with you guys he asked like how you guys actually write tracks with your guys' different creative approaches. How does that usually manifest when you guys actually meet together
in what
make
ways
music?
do they collide, and what ways do they
like, what does that look like?
mesh?
So the big thing with us is that we prioritize listening to each other. I'm gonna throw you on the bus here, Hunter. Sometimes,
Now, this is a
sometimes,
band- this is a band that's going
stop.
places.
sometimes, ready? When me, Doug, and or Eddie are trying to teach you something that you don't know yet, he just starts sweep picking like I'm like, and then I'm like this. I'm about to throw my stick at him as hard as I can.
And he has several
times.
times.
Not as hard as I can. I can disclaimer.
Okay.
Not as hard as I can. I have thrown them, but like this.
Do you know how
he
many
keeps spare sticks
drumsticks
on
you
you?
broke? That
This dude breaks like 5 drumsticks every
So
time.
the most
flying across.
He has a whole drawer. He has a whole drawer of broken drumsticks.
I actually
bro.
have the reason why I have the drawer is because I'm actually gonna make a little wooden table for it. That's why I'm gonna make a table
Bro.
of drumsticks. It's gonna be freaking cool.
Okay.
But
That's pretty lit.
But like I was saying before, we all listen to each other and we all come up with everything around everything. Like if I come up with a drum part, Hunter's like, all right, I can play this. Or Eddie's like, I can play that. And George's like, I can sing over this. Eddie's like, all right, throw a bass line down. A lot of things that we do is, like I said, listening. And the best thing I love about band practice is now that Eddie's in the band is that we do a thing for like at least 20 minutes of the band practice throughout the day. We do improv shit. Random improv shit. We do a lot of heavy shit. All of a sudden, I play a smooth jazz line, and we all just play along with it. Hunter does solos, which I like, and then all of a sudden, we did one thing before. You did a solo, and I think it's in one of the songs now. I think it's in Burn Like the Rest now. You put that solo into an improv thing into a song now. We do random bullshit, and it comes out into songs that we make in the future. That's why I said we listen to each other so much, and I love it because if we don't listen to each other, this band's not gonna go anywhere. I want this band to go places. I want us to play at fucking Rockville. I want us to play at
Janice
Revolutionary Live. Where?
Janice Live in
Yeah,
St. Petersburg.
Play at Revolutionary Live. Play all over places, even out of state. I want to do it with this band because this is the first time. I've been in multiple bands, but this is the first time in any band that I can see us going somewhere because we have such a great connection to each other. I love it so much.
It's very important. Yeah, I noticed you guys, as soon as you guys got in the room together and we started like talking, you guys immediately had like a very palpable chemistry.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh man, this is like a band of dudes. Like these guys.
We're like,
I
oh,
get-
go
you
fuck
look-
yourself. I'll fuck you. And all of a sudden, hey guys, we're Angelson band.
When Devin brought you in, I saw you all walk in. I'm like, oh yeah, these guys are like, you look like a band.
How was our walk? Was it like awkward, like timid, like skinny white boy walk?
I saw a puppy dog. I'm like, oh, puppy dog.
It was about what you would expect. Yeah.
Why did you coordinate it? You're like, okay, we have to walk in looking hard.
We all gotta be like this, like, all right, let's walk in and be like, oh, we know what we're doing, right?
I was like, shit, what if I like walk my arm with the same leg? Like, what if I do some,
What if you walked your arm with the same leg?
yeah.
Like swing.
Oh my god.
Swing your arm with, with
Oh,
the
Doing
same
it at the
leg.
same time, like he's looking like a fucking like
A
a
penguin.
Oh,
yeah,
Like a
or like a fucking Roman emperor soldier. Like you're trying to like be
Marching
so
ass.
coordinated. Like everyone looks the
Bro.
same. Like, dude, just be yourself. That's what
Half
we're
the
trying to say.
time, I do that shit unconsciously. Like, I don't even. I'm gonna be honest.
I was just walking to the door. I mean, I wasn't really thinking about anything.
But you're ginger.
Just be walking.
Okay, come on.
Whoa.
We all had to think about
Didn't
that.
have to
Wait a
go
minute.
there, bro. Holy shit. Not on the podcast, bro.
I'm gonna
Ah,
put
fuck
that.
you, ginger. No,
yeah, come on. We don't
We'll
need
talk
playing.
about it more when the recording stops.
no, let's talk about it now, Hunter. No.
No.
I'm gonna bleep ginger like it's a slur.
Next song name, Bleeding Ginger. What?
We gotta make him bleed first.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll just throw a stick
I
at
was about to
him.
say, like, yeah.
It all comes full circle back to throwing sticks.
So you guys been playing for how long again? You said
Like as a band or just
Yeah.
in general?
like as a
5 months
as
now?
a established. This is.
I
the
mean,
group.
we've had our core since like March.
March,
But
okay.
these 5 for about 2 to 2.5 months now, because Eddie was the last one to join.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with Mateo, I don't care.
Eddie joined the day after.
He did because
Three
we
Olives.
had the show for 3 Olives, and it was supposed to be all 5 of us: me, Jordy, Hunter, Doug, and Mateo, our old bassist. And then a lot of drama stuff happened. I'm not gonna get into it. It's not my problem. I don't care. And then Eddie joined in. Once Hunter said, "Hey, I found a new bassist. You're gonna like him." I'm like, "Please tell me it's Eddie." He's like, "It's Eddie." I legitimately threw my phone on my fucking bed and was like, "Yes, fuck yeah, whoa!" I was ecstatic because I
Dude,
love
you
Eddie.
just shook the
love Eddie.
fucking room. How do you feel about that?
I feel like a god. I don't know.
Yeah.
But when Eddie joined, in my opinion, Eddie is the best bass player I've ever played with in my life. I've been playing music for 7-8 years now, give or take. I've been playing bands for about 5-6 years. And with this band, like I said, I love this band, and Eddie's amazing. Like, me and him click the first chance we had. Like, when we went to Gunner's house back in November, September, October, that range. We clicked immediately, and that's why we love doing the improv thing. And with us, with this band, like we said, like 2.5 months is us 5 now. we've already got down all of our songs like that. It's perfect. And we have multiple other songs that we have to write. And I bet you, because we have band practice tomorrow, actually, we're probably going to write 2 more songs tomorrow.
Oh, dude, I got you.
100%.
I wrote a bunch of songs.
The
Yeah,
best
he wrote more
part,
songs. Yeah.
my favorite part about Eddie is he plays a fretless.
Oh, yeah,
He plays a fretless
bass.
4-string bass, and he's fucking amazing at it. I fucking love it, dude.
Shout out to the drummer and bassist combo. Got to be one of my favorite genders.
rhythm
Absolutely.
section.
I was about to say.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. You
Our
kidding me?
Having good-
section is elite.
Yeah, having good drummer and bassist
Bro, our-
chemistry is
yeah.
extremely
If
important.
there are no drums, I cannot sing because like I can't have like I have to have a rhythm to my melody. So if I don't have a rhythm in the melody, then my melody rhythm isn't gonna work.
Yeah, if I can play these drums right now that are mic'd up, I wish I could because I'm a drummer. I want to do that. But you can hear some of the inspiration, like always said, like with Opeth, Tool, even like, what's your favorite band again? I'm sorry.
Fucking varials.
Burial, like all
Burials
you
and
can hear,
Currents.
you can hear all
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah,
everything,
Burials and
even like everything goes into it, like so deliberately and so unironically, so good. I don't know how. We just make it click. Like go back to the Eddie thing. Eddie's the best bassist I've ever been around. Me and him have the same mindset. Like, oh, we're the best fucking musicians in South Florida. I swear to God, I can look in the camera and say this with all confidence. I am the best drummer in South Florida. No one can top me. There's better drummers, but not better in South Florida. I can guarantee that. I swear to God. That's how confident I am, and I love my music sound of it. I just fucking love it.
Next week on the podcast is Jeremy Jenkins.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
Oh, no.
Jeremy Jenkins, Tommy Holla, and
I love you, Jeremy.
yeah,
I'm the best
About
drummer.
that.
yeah. No, there's some powerful drummers around here.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you.
There
what.
is 100%. 100%.
You should
Dude,
listen to me
Luigi.
play
The
drums.
golden
Sweet.
days of Kava Cat.
Dog.
The drummers that went in there to just jam was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
like Ty Jesus and
Yep.
like Jeremy and all those
Mhm.
people that would come in and just like rip on the drums. They'd be like, oh, let me do something
The
small.
fact that there were enough drummers just walking around to warrant us having an E-kit in there just for them
Oh,
to
God.
walk in
Bro,
on to jam
Ian?
on is crazy.
Oh, that shit's
Yeah,
so fucking
Ian
fun to
bringing
do,
those
dude.
in.
Oh, my
E
God.
kit for
Shout
an
out
open
to
mic.
Ian's E-kit carrying the open mic for over a year.
Yo,
On God.
real shit,
Like, bro, that was awesome. But yeah,
man.
good times.
Good times.
But it's funny though, because I've always heard that like drummers are super rare, but I know so many of them. But I see why, because all of them are either already in 3 bands or they're being nagged at by like 7 different people.
I was
Yeah.
one of those
And
people
guess who
that
those
would
7
nag
people
them.
are? Drummers.
Yeah, no,
That's what it is. It
really.
Hey,
Every time I see other drummers, I'm like, I can do that. I can do better than that. And I guarantee if they see me play, they think the exact same thing. All drummers think alike. We're the best. We always think that it's a stupid thing to think about, but that's why, in my opinion, drummers and maybe lead guitarists have the biggest egos in bands. And in my opinion, that's what makes good bands. Like me and you, Hunter, we have huge egos in rock.
all right,
music.
listen. I would not say that on the pod. I'm not saying that on the
But I'm admitting it.
On the
I-
podcast, I would say
I
I'm
would
the
not
humblest
say-
man.
I am
that
nothing.
stays in rehearsal. Everything I say about my guitar playing stays at rehearsal. Okay.
Not anymore.
Whenever
Yeah,
I'm
but
in
guess what,
public-
mother? You are ego as fuck, which I
Listen,
love.
listen,
I don't
it's
care.
a joke.
It's good.
It's just
Media
a joke.
Battle of the
It's
Bands about
half
to be
the time.
crazy
It's just
this
a
year.
joke. Listen, I know guitar players better than me.
I know drummers better than me, but they're not better than me. You know what I mean? It's the
I
ego
mean,
thing.
like,
Facts.
Fuck you
it's
guys.
good.
I'm better,
I
but
feel
you're
that.
way better, but
The
I'm
thi-
better.
The thing about the ego, in my opinion, I'm trying to get better at is, the ego is, it's good to have an ego, but it's also good to keep it to yourself. That's what I'm trying to work on.
The other thing too.
Well, it's good to have.
Keep
well,
it in check.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know-
good. It's
I
good
don't
to have
know about-
confidence. There's a difference between confidence. And,
I was gonna say maybe ego is the wrong word. It's good to have
Yeah.
confidence.
Oh, yeah.
In your performance and your
That's
Hype
skill
yourself
level.
up. Don't bring people down.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not
Because-
trying to.
Zach.
That, my statement earlier. I'm not trying to bring any drummers down or any musicians down. The thing with me is that
Nothing wrong with being number 2.
you
Just
right.
number
No,
1. Yeah.
You right.
There's
No,
a lot of,
no.
There's so many guitar players that I know that are way better than me. So many.
But that's like I said, way back to like the beginning of the podcast. That's why we pour our hearts and soul into it because we
But-
think we're that.
And
because
also,
we love
to-
doing it.
No,
the
checks
thing
out.
is just like how the thing is everyone kind of has their own like accent and flavor. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
The emotion
Like,
they give off in the
what
song.
my brain's completely different than everyone else's brains. So whatever I come up with is going to be unique and different. And that's the thing about music, like just because someone might be better than me does not necessarily mean anything because we're both going to come up with different stuff creatively anyways.
Yes, I
So,
100% agree.
like there's a lot of there's also like there's a lot of like really like, for example, like Kurt Cobain is not the greatest guitar player of all time. Like he's not like someone like Sean Lane or Guthrie Govan, right?
But he had some banging ideas.
But
Yes.
the thing is, he's like he's such a songwriter. Like Guthrie Govan's one of my favorite guitar players. But there's not really like
It's
a
not
Guthrie
about-
Govan song that people are like, this is so well written. You know what I mean?
It's not about how much you know, it's what you can actually come up with at all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? With what you already got. If you create, like, guarantee you, if you make the most complicated piano piece, for example, that you could ever make, you couldn't even listen to it.
Yeah.
You can't.
Right.
It doesn't have anything to
Yeah.
it. It's just super complicated. I'd rather have something more emotional that's more meant to, like, resonate with you than something that was meant to, like, flex that it's the best, hardest song in the world. It doesn't matter. It's not about difficulty. It's about who you can capture with your music and whose heart you can reach.
But I do
That's
think
real.
there's a balance. There's definitely a balance. Like, I don't want, obviously I want to be tight. I don't want to sound like shit.
Yeah,
And
of
also I
course.
listen to a lot of prog anyways. So like, like I like to, I try to write stuff that I could see as like technical. And also one of my goals just in general as a musician is I want to create something I'm proud of. And, obviously I want to, maybe for like a song or two, like I want to play something that might be difficult to play on guitar just because like, like I just want to make something I'm proud of. Like I worked hard to be able to do this.
And
It's
it is
like-
possible to do both.
Yeah.
To both
There's
be
There's
So-
a middle,
yeah,
in
there's
an
a middle
emotionally
ground.
impactful way.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the way the song resonates, the vibe, the feel is for the general audience, and the technical side is for the peers, people who are like gonna be reading into it more.
I'd
The nerds.
classify
Like-
vocals more as like the emotional aspect of songs. Like, I'm not gonna say like it's the most important because it's not. Because without everything else, you can't really have vocals. But like, it's like, quite honestly, a direct form of like communication with how the song is supposed to be taken.
Yeah.
So like, you can hear the song, but if it's also put into words and it reaches you, then it's like a whole different story. Because then it gets more specific.
Yeah.
You know
bit
what
more-
I mean?
It's like song and then song with subtitles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
AKA a song.
Yeah. Well, we're right.
You can
Rather
understand
than
the
just
Just the way you
words
described
now,
it,
right?
yeah, the way
Song
you
with
described it made me think about
subtitles.
that. Because you think
That's
about
good.
it like the instrumental, it's like, yeah, but then you have the lyrics on top, and it's like, oh, now I can actually like understand like what the
Exactly.
actual
It's
It's a
grammar
little bit more
context is.
it's a little bit more concrete.
And
Yeah.
with that being said, that's why I love Jordy's voice, especially with his screams and cleans, because a lot of people, like even non-musicians and musicians, when they listen to music, they gravitron towards the vocals.
Gravitron.
Bro, shout out to Gravitron.
Do you know the no?
Yeah.
they gravitron.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing.
Gravitate.
They gravitate. It's gravity. All right. I'm a space nerd. All right. That's what I am. I
That's
love
the
space.
I thought you were like a county fair nerd with the Gravitron.
Yeah.
That is a great ride, but I am a huge fuck band shit. I'm a huge space nerd. That's my favorite
Yeah.
thing in existence is space. But anyways, that's why when
Name one
people-
thing in space.
Uranus.
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Tongue 618. You know what
God.
that is?
No, I
Elon
don't know
Musk.
That is so far humanly specified and humanly observed the biggest black hole in existence so far.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But anyways,
Dope.
like the thing with, like I said, about Jordy is like a lot of musicians when they listen to music, they gravitate towards the vocals, which that's why when I hear Jordy sing, like I said, the heart and soul, I love his vocals so much. That's why I don't think we can get a better vocalist for our type of music. That's why I love when Jordy sings. That's why I love when he's at practice. When you said you couldn't come to practice Thursday, I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like, why, man?
And I think that's what makes bands like Steely Dan so good because, like, the vocals, like Donald Fagen's an amazing vocalist, but all the session musicians that they hire, they make some pretty intricate solos. Like, for example, like the solo for Kid Charlemagne's played by Larry Carlton. That's one of the best classic rock guitar solos of all time, right? But the thing is, it's like, everyone listens to Steely Dan. If you don't like Steely Dan, then you just don't like music, in my opinion. But like the thing is like, again, like the average person would probably gravitate towards the vocals, but if you really listen to like Steely Dan, their music is so intricate and complex and technical and very brilliant. That's why I think that's why I look up to Steely Dan so much because like I want my band to be something like that. You know what I mean?
Understandable. Absolutely.
I was just thinking about, I don't even have a question attached to this. I just was thinking about how different music sounds when like just any famous tune, right? Any famous song, and you hear the instrumental version with the lyrics taken out, and it's so
Dull.
I wouldn't say dull, but it's different because it doesn't have the same emotion that the lyrics will carry with it, but it's also, you hear it differently because there's stuff that you don't hear when the lyrics are playing on it that are in the song that you otherwise, like, your brain just overlooks.
Well, every little thing in, like, at least as a vocalist, I know that every small thing adds to the song.
Absolutely.
So even if you can't hear it, some sort of change will affect the next coming riff, for example. It all flows.
Even little things like I know like Doug and I like
With your pinch harmonics and shit.
I had like a tiny pinch harmonic, like so subtle, like really small, 2 seconds, and then Doug does like another fill, and it's just like I didn't even know that Doug was doing a different fill than me. But then I really listened to it, and I heard both of us play at the same time. I'm like, oh, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, and then there's me with like ghost notes on the snare or like simple fills that are still in time that are out of nowhere that sound groovy or hard or heavy. They just come out of nowhere, and it makes it sound more like ambient and makes it sound more productive and more in your face. Like that small little half-second thing I do with 4 notes, in my opinion, can make a song sound like good to really good. And it's anything from a bass line to a guitar part, a solo part, a drum part, even a small little thing for vocals. Any of that can make a song, in my opinion, way more ambient and more in your face. That's why I like doing some little things here and there. It just makes it sound good.
Very subtle things. Like,
Yes.
like Danny Carey.
Shut up.
Bro,
I mean,
Trey.
he does that all the time.
And why do you think in some of the songs I do some of his shit, like some of his polyrhythm shit? Like,
Yeah.
that's why we have so much time signature change. It just happens, but it sounds natural. That's why we have such BPM switches, time signature changes, time structures, all that go everywhere. We make it sound, hopefully, in my opinion, good. But
Do like me a good polyrhythm.
yes, that's why, like I said on "Burn Like the Rest," the song that our recent song we made, I have 3 drum parts that are like I said, Danny Carey type fills. They're out of nowhere and they make it sound like the guitars are staying in time. I'm doing it out of time. You guys are probably in 6. I'm in 5. You guys are in 8. I'm in 7. Stuff like that. It's all out of nowhere. It makes it sound more, like I said, ambient and more inclusive to the sound.
You guys ever watch Bleach?
I love Bleach.
You know when like
I'm
their
aware of its
spiritual
existence.
when their spiritual pressure is so high that it like crushes someone to the ground.
I have
Yes.
seen that. Yeah.
That's what I want this music to make people feel like.
I'm gonna be like Kapachi taking his eye patch off.
That's one of those really crazy long running anime, isn't it?
No, it's not
That's
that long.
That's One Piece, I think you're thinking
Well, they
about.
just
Yeah.
they
I'm
they
very
had like
familiar
a
with One Piece.
Yeah, that's
13-year
one.
hiatus or something. Like Tool, Bleach. They stopped the anime and then they started again like a year or 2 ago.
Oh my
Is that
god,
what it
we're
was?
such nerdy
'Cause I
guys.
just remember, because maybe that's what I'm getting mixed up with
Yeah,
that,
because they didn't
I
do the
remember-
last arc.
Because I just remember
Yeah, they
Bleach
did.
being a thing when I was a kid, and it's a thing still now.
Yeah, because they're finishing up the manga because they didn't animate the last arc.
Okay.
So now they're finally animating the last arc. I haven't
But,
finished watching it.
dude,
I don't watch anime anymore.
if you skip all the filler, it's not that long.
Jordy, look what you got us into, man.
I'm sorry.
Thanks, man.
Bleach has like
Hey, we're
so
an
much
anime
filler.
friendly podcast.
I love anime too, all right?
We're just not weebs. That's
Okay.
But
Jordy,
Anime
what's your
friendly.
favorite anime?
I can say mine.
right answers only.
Hey, you're gonna shoot me. I don't care. I love AOT, baby. I love Attack on Titan.
That's
That's a
so
good-
basic.
That is
I know.
automatically a shoot you in the face of
I
take. I'm
don't
sorry.
care.
Like,
I
that's
like
what
it.
is.
Good. I thought Attack on Titan was good.
No.
I like it. All
But
right.
I didn't watch
Is it
past
the
season
best?
1.
No, I watched everything. I watched it all.
I
like
watched season 1 like around the time it first came out,
Yeah.
and then never watched anything else.
it. It is the best
But-
season of them all. Though,
But
too. It
I
is.
did catch myself up on some plot points later
Okay.
on.
Okay,
Dude,
that's all right.
Parasite. My
Parasite.
favorite.
That is the
That
correct
is my
answer.
favorite.
I've
Oh,
actually
man, bro.
I've actually seen
That's
very
so
few
real.
anime.
So our song structure is based on Parasite. No, mate.
Dog, you,
Full
you
Metal
sold me.
Alchemist Brotherhood is the best anime
That's a good one.
of all time.
There it is.
Dude,
My
Fullmetal
favorite-
Alchemist is really good.
My
Never.
favorite-
No, you guys,
I
you
have
guys passed the
never
test.
seen
You
it.
failed.
Never seen it.
Sorry.
Attack on Titan.
I'm
Jake.
not a big anime guy. I'm not. But
You like seeing big naked men running around?
hey, their dicks aren't showing,
Hey, we
so
got-
you're
we got
kind
a
of
vo-
wrong and right at the same time.
Typical
Spot,
drummer.
yeah, spot the
Hey,
vor guy. Am I
you're
right?
not wrong. Shut up.
My favorite anime is kind of a little bit normie, but it's also the first one that I ever watched the whole thing, and it's very short. It was Cowboy Bebop.
That's,
Oh hell
I
yeah!
haven't
Solid
watched
take.
that one.
Solid
That's
take.
a good one.
I know it
I like
is.
that one.
I've been holding off.
I
Really?
like Death
Yeah.
Note as
It's
well.
so
That's
short.
probably a
I want
basic
to watch
bitch
it with my
answer.
girl.
It is.
No,
That's an easy
Death Note's
watch.
legit.
You can
Yeah,
watch.
I like
if
Death
you wanted
Note.
It's a
to binge
classic.
it. If you felt like binging it and just getting it all done, you could do it in like 2 days, probably.
You want to know
Two
a
sittings.
real basic
Because
bitch
literally
answer?
24 episodes. That's it.
One
Sword Art
Punch.
Online.
One Punch Man. That's a real basic.
One
One
Punch
Punch Man.
Man.
Yeah, no.
I
that's
like
valid.
it. I don't care.
Dude,
I like it. It's good. But fuck you guys that don't think it's good.
One Punch
I
Man?
like it.
It's probably the best, and at the same time, one of the most basic. Like, it's really good for it having such broad appeal.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
With that.
Isn't that like the point of the anime is for it to be kind of basic?
yeah.
Yeah, because he's basically Saitama is like, hey, I'm a basic guy. I'm like the strongest guy on this fucking earth, but I don't want to be like, oh, look at me. I'm a class A or class S, whatever the highest is. A class A or class S hero. He's like a class C or some shit. But he's the best fucking hero in the thing. But he's like, he brushes everything fucking off, which in my opinion,
He
I
don't
fucking
give a
love.
fuck.
I like it. He doesn't give a fuck. He really doesn't.
I like I like concepts like that where it's like the world is kind of serious, but the tone of
The protagonist is like,
the show observing the world is like kind of silly.
oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys ever
like
watch
Tool.
Code Geass?
No.
Yes.
Dude.
That was. That shit was ridiculous.
This man's like the best.
Definitely not the best,
What's
but
ridiculous about it?
very.
Fill me
It was
in.
one of those animes where like you don't remember jack dick about what happened except for like a few very key like events, like the arena scene, like was one that like sticks with me that I'm just like what the like.
They kind of fucked it up after that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it was one of those ones that got really good and then kind of like jumped
Fell
the
off.
shark and fell off really hard, and so you kind of like forget. Like Game of Thrones is a similar thing. Everybody loved it until the end and it fell off, and now everybody pretty much forgot about it.
Same thing with Attack on Titan.
Well, you see what had happened.
I heard
was-
Attack on Titan actually ended pretty well. I didn't watch it.
It did. They had the 2 parts that came out like a year or two after, like two parts, like both like an hour long. And it
Yeah,
was
didn't it have
actually
like 3
pretty
final
good.
seasons or something?
Yeah.
They've always said the final season, the
Yeah.
final season. I'm like, okay, it's final season. All of a sudden, 4 years later, the final 2 episodes. I'm like,
How many seasons are there?
I think there's 3 or 4, and then there
I thought
was
it was
like
4, yeah.
And then it's like there's the last 2 episodes, like I said, are hour long each, but they came out like a year and a half.
So
apart
they
from
are
each
they
other.
not part of the season? They're like
No,
a
they
special?
are. They are. They're still season 4, but they're the last 2 that went a shit ton of editing and animating into it. That's why it probably took so long.
So
for each one to
they're
come out.
basically like specials because of the ending.
Well, they're kind of like special, but they're still continuing the exact story and the
Yeah.
storyline.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just more backstory into
Okay.
it and everything, but it's pretty damn good. I like it, but fuck it. Music.
I was just thinking that.
The
should make an
intro
anime.
the intro theme to Attack on Titan is gas.
Oh, 1000%.
That's
Dude,
yeah.
one of the bands, I think, or one of the songs from this band called Pale Dusk that Jake showed me was the inspiration for our newest song, Die
Yes.
at Your Feet.
Yes.
And like that song sounds so much like an anime opening.
I was
Like it's crazy. I saw them live, dude. They were like fucking breakdancing while like shredding the guitar. Like they were throwing the guitar
Yeah,
in the air.
that's Die at Your Feet. That's that one.
Yeah.
Our pop punk song one. That one's basically it's like pop punk. It's like a kind of speedish metal, and out of nowhere, heavy ass breakdown for like 4 to 8 bars, and then right back into Japanese shit. It's like it's so cool. That's why that's the inspiration to our 6th song, Die at Your Feet. I love it. And then Jordy's clean the entire way. All of a sudden, the breakdown, he's like, it sounds so sick. I love it so much.
The music in Cowboy Bebop though.
Yeah, that too.
We should make jazz metal.
Do you guys have
Second album, bud. Second album.
Thank you, scientists.
You said you guys are still waiting to record like something from like that you guys have written together, right? You don't have
Yeah.
anything recorded
I
yet.
have the guitars. I've almost done for Realign.
Word.
Almost done.
I've been telling you to finish.
Listen, bro. I've been.
We just need to
I
get
am
an
the
electric drum
laziest
kit.
band member.
No.
Word?
I'll own up to it. Out of everybody, I'm
actually-
the laziest.
Have one that you might
true.
be able to use. I have an Elisa Storm kit. It's technically Bob's, but I'm just holding on to it for him because he doesn't have space. And if you guys need one, I can.
Fuck it.
That
I
would
have
be
a
lit,
question.
I got
actually.
you.
That would be
No,
awesome.
We'll work something out. We'll talk.
What Jordy? What'd you listen to on the way here?
Honestly, let me pull it up because
I got my answer.
I got my answer.
I was
You guys
listening to a
ever-
podcast.
Shit. You guys ever
What?
I was
listen
listening
to
to
the
a
plot in
podcast
you?
called Distractible.
The
You weren't
plot.
listening to this podcast that you're gonna be on?
No.
Is it a
Fucking
podcast?
crazy.
Or is it
I was listening to
It's a song,
Distractible, so
so.
that's what I was listening to.
You're listening to
It's
what?
It's a great podcast. Look at it. It's amazing. It's funny as shit.
What podcast?
Sounds familiar.
Distractible. It's with 3 YouTubers: Mark Fishbach, Markiplier, Bob Myskins.
Dropping the last name.
I know their names. Bob Myskins, which
I
is
know. I'm
Meister,
sure you do.
and then Wade Barnes, which is Lord Minion 777 or Minion 77.
The
whatever you wanna
only
find
Okay.
podcast I watch, I'm a diehard New York Knicks fan, so I just watched the Roommates podcast.
it. Boo! You fucking suck.
But I was listening to
Fucking hate this guy. Get the fuck out of my.
Todd Rundgren, his 1972 release. It's like, what is it called? It's the one with I Saw the Light. What's the album called again? I forgot. It's something like, dude, it's a double album. I drove an hour. I live an hour away from here, so I only got
Oh wow.
to get like 3/4 of it done. It's called Something/Anything by Todd Rundgren. It's a good album. You should listen to it. It's very chill.
Okay.
You guys ever listen to the plot in you?
Mm-mm.
Dude, you got to check out this breakdown just really quick. Yeah.
Jordy, you should here. I'll pull up the inspiration to the pop up song real quick.
I don't know how much music I can legally get away with putting in the podcast.
This is
It's
only
like,
10 seconds.
Jordy,
ago.
the funny thing is, it's like that's like the complete opposite thing that I was listening to. I was listening to like, so I saw the light. Like, so-
It's so fitting.
Here, you can play it from there if you want. You'll hear what I'm talking about. The breakdown comes out of nowhere, and I love it so much. And Doug showed me this actually.
Dude,
I love it.
I wish Doug was here right now. He would put everyone on.
Here, the breakdown's coming up. You'll hear it. Sorry for so much music, but fuck it.
I like the rhythm.
I can't believe they fucking
like that
breakdance live.
And then
They break dance.
Dude, they breakdance playing guitar. All the guitars.
I didn't see that.
then
That's
they
fire.
go back into pop punk shit. right back into it.
Hard.
fucking
Love that.
amazing.
Love that like stylistic whiplash.
Oh yeah.
It's nice.
Speaking of whiplash, me and Doug on Thursday, we were recording all the songs we did back to back, and the back of my neck and the top half of my back hurt so much, and Doug's whole back hurt. And then last night, we went to the EDM thing last night, and we were riding the rail the whole time, and we're like, "Fuck the pain, we're fucking doing this shit." We're like, "Fuck it." And then the last guy I played, shout out Gengar, that's who he was. He was the headliner. He does a lot of metal shit as well in his DJing thing. And we moved to the back because we're about to leave. And I hate that we moved because 5 minutes after we moved, they play Lorna Shore.
Oh.
I'm like, and Doug got a video. My phone died. It sucks. But Doug got a video, and you can hear me and Doug screaming over the music with the lyrics coming out. We're screaming, and we're having a great fucking time. We're like,
What show is this?
this was down in I'll pull it up. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. You can keep talking. I'll be right there.
Okay.
Well, in the meantime, curious. You were saying I just want to hear the contrast. What song were you listening to?
You want me to play it?
Yes, because I want to hear because what they were playing compared to what you said you were listening to. I need to
This
hear.
this is it.
Oh my god. What
yeah.
the fuck?
It's
the
good.
Angelson guitarist?
Listen, it's
I've heard
good.
this.
My mom and I like. It's an interesting story. So there's this song.
Hey, hang on 1 second. I got the thing just real quick. So it was at Chemistry Nightclub down in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
It was there. There was I forgot the first guy's name because he didn't have his name. There was a guy named Goon Music, which he was
Goon
heavy as
Music.
shit. Yeah, Goon.
That didn't age well.
He was heavy. He was good. And then Gengar, he comes up with this sick ass. If you look him up, He has a sick ass match. It's fucking amazing. And he played like a Slipknot song. He played Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. Then he played the Lawrence Shore thing. I'm like, holy shit. And we left on that because we wanted to get home. It was like 3 a.m. at that point. And we left and we're like, holy fucking shit. I'm glad we left on that. And then it was awesome. It was fucking amazing.
Fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking
It was
shit.
it was that one. I'm like, holy shit.
What was that one called? Lorna Shore. Is it Into the Hellfire?
Yes, he played that. He played the breakdown of that, and dude, he was like, "This goes all of my metalheads out here." And we're in the back already because we're on the rail the whole time.
Dude, the
He
mosh
plays it.
pit. The mosh pit. it
I
had to be
started the
insane.
mosh pit. On Goon's set, he's like, "Open up the fucking pit." I told Doug, I'm like, "You want to hit the pit?" He's like, "No, I'll stay on the rail." And there's a pit going on. No one's doing anything. I'm like this. Fuck it. Boom! I push someone in, and everyone like fucking ants. Chain reaction. And I'm like this. I'm like, all right, I do this, and I started a fucking circle pit. And I'm like this. I like 20 minutes after I put everyone aside, I started doing a pretty decent sized wall of death. I'm like, all right, bet. I clap my hands up, and everyone ran into me. I'm like, fuck yeah!
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Fucking love
That's
mosh
sick.
pits.
Well coordinated.
Oh yeah, because I've been over like 100 of them. I know.
Yeah.
I know the hand signals.
Yeah.
Luckily, thank God.
Dude, there isn't a single fucking crowd that I wouldn't jump into and start pushing and shoving people.
There was just
Not a
one,
single.
There was this
fucking-
one girl there. She was about 5'1", maybe 5 foot flat, skinny as can be. She basically when I didn't start and everyone stopped. She started the other mosh pit. She kept going, and she was a fucking trooper.
Did you mosh at the Taylor Swift show?
No.
You're goddamn right, I would. You're goddamn right.
Mosh-
We got
Moshing at
Jordan out
Eras
here
Tour.
moshing at the
I'm
Wiggles. Wiggles concert.
Moshing at Lana
I
Del
hope
Rey?
they play. I hope they play wherever fucking song she. I have no idea. And everyone just starts moshing around at a fucking country song. It'd be fucking hilarious.
We should do a metal Taylor Swift
Blue Man
song.
Group.
You should.
Bro, you guys listen to Signs of the Swarm though?
No.
Dude, I went to their show like a few months ago, and I remember the first thing I saw was like a woman walking out with just like her face covered in blood.
Oh damn.
And then some guy splashed water in the security guard's face, and then the security guard came over and knocked him across the face. Like the police came and got him on the ground, and they escorted him out.
Sheesh.
So I have a question. So what I was about to say earlier was how my mom got me into Todd Rundgren. Kind of. I started listening to this song called "Hello, It's Me," and I was playing it one night really loud in my room, and my mom came and she's like, "How do you know this song? I've been listening to this song for years." So my mom, for me, got me into music. Right, like my mom was actually a radio personality.
Ooh.
And she
cool.
had podcasts too, and she did. She was in that whole thing. She's met tons of celebrities. So growing up, I listened to a lot of music. I was, I have like there's like baby pictures of me, and I'm like wearing like an Iron Maiden shirt. I'm like 1 year old, but
I probably don't know her, but what's her name? Like what was shows?
Jennifer Wilde. She's from
Okay.
Beechwood, Ohio.
Okay.
But she was also she worked in Florida too for a little bit.
You're from Ohio?
No, I'm not. I'm from
Mom
Florida.
is.
My mom is. But so what got you into music, Jordy?
Kiss.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
Checks
actually.
out.
Keep it simple, stupid. No, I'm playing.
Fucking-
Like the
Sure
band
did.
Kiss?
My dad showed me Kiss when I was little, and then I just wanted to be a rock star.
That's really interesting.
that
because
sounds like that
literally like
sounds like a lot of kids in the
the
80s.
classic
I want to be
Kiss to
like
Rockstar
Gene
Pipeline.
No,
Simmons.
but then like I remember walking by a Hot Topic like when I grew up a little more, and I remember just hearing like I don't know if it was from First to Last or All Time Low, but I heard some emo band playing. Then I got into emo music, and then when I started going to shows, hardcore beatdown is like what I went with since. And
I thought you were gonna go a different direction with that. I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
say I saw a Hot Topic. I just wanted to be that.
I saw Hot Topic. I'm like, that's my place.
I think Hot Topic is not valid anymore.
there's nothing good there. Everything's trash.
It's all
Yeah,
invaders
a lot
and
of
shit.
merchandise.
It's all sex toys.
and sex.
No, that's
toys.
Spencer's. You
Oh
dipshit.
fuck!
I
Never mind.
think Hot Topic does have that. Too.
Yeah, does the Hot Topic in the back,
No.
like the Wellington Mall down south, they don't have sex toys in the back? I
Bro,
swear to God.
children go in there.
Yeah, I know.
Children going to Spencer's.
They go to
too.
Spencer's.
It's in the back though. They don't let
Is
it
it,
back.
yeah, it's not like a back room. It's just same room, just in the back. I swear to God. So with me and my music thing, how I got into it is actually because of my father, and I fucking love the dude. He's fucking amazing. It was Vulgar Display of Power by Pantera.
Fuck yeah!
I heard
I'll
the
do it.
very first fucking thing on Mouth of War I fucking heard. I immediately clicked into music like that. I fucking loved it. and I've always been like a metal person and like a hardcore rock person ever since then. Every time, like, here's a weird story, but every time I'm cutting grass, every time I do it, I used to.
You touch grass,
I hope so.
Doubtful.
but you're a drummer,
Right? Yeah, that's also true. That's true. So, yeah, every time I like cut grass or anything, I always put on that album. And when I first started doing it, I would miss spots all the time because I was always like headbanging everywhere on it. And I would miss spots. I would be done, and my dad's like, "Son, you missed like a whole patch." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I look back, I'm like, fuck. So I would go back, I put on Tool, and I just start headbanging more. I miss it again. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Bro, I think while you're listening to Tool, you'd be like cutting fractals into your lawn or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably.
A perfect
Like,
Fibonacci
unnecessarily just like.
spiral into the.
But he got me into Tool, Metallica, Pantera, Iron Maiden, Slayer. He got me into all that shit when I was a kid, like 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. And I never stopped looking back at it. It's fucking, like, to me, like 90s metal or like even early 2000s is, in my opinion, one of like the best genres. Even 80s metal, like Metallica and Slayer.
I
and all
disagree.
of them.
What
I
was
think
your
it's the
first
worst
favorite
right
band?
now. To be completely honest,
That's
that's like
your opinion. That's all right.
I don't
right
know.
now, like that style of music being
Yeah.
made now,
I love it.
or that style of music being like played now.
Like it's just like the style. I just I'm more into like more dated stuff. You know what I mean?
Deftones.
But it's like, I mean, it's just an opinion though. Like I respect it because of its roots and what I do now.
Yeah.
No, that checks out.
What was your first favorite band, Jake? Was it Pantera?
Mine ever,
Yeah.
it was Metallica.
Metallica?
And then it was Pantera.
For me, it was probably Led Zeppelin.
I could. Are you saying bands in total or like metal bands?
Bands in general. Just in
Beatles.
general.
Beatles.
Beatles, really?
Beatles was the first thing I listened to that I actually like remember. I was like 3. And I listened to the Beatles and Zeppelin and all of them, and even the Doors and all of them. Like all like 60s.
I love
70s
the
bands.
Doors.
All the
I got
classics.
into them so much that even like John Bottom is a huge inspiration. Back to Inspirations, huge inspiration to me on drumming. Like before I got double pedal, I used to do doubles cleanly because of listening to John and forcing myself to do good on a single pedal. It's so hard to do, but John Bottom and them, like he was probably my very first inspiration, and Rush, like Neil Peart. Those two were probably my first inspirations, and obviously the late great Ringo Starr, especially Neil Peart, both rest their souls. Those 3 right there are my core of how I first started playing drums. I played their music, and even Rush is hard as fuck to play, but I play all 3 of their music, and they all clicked to me. And that's why I feel like I'm a better drummer now, because I still look back to how they play and want to be like them. You know what I mean?
I find it very interesting that like Jordy said he listened to Kiss a lot as a kid, and obviously you just said you listened to like the Beatles and Rush and all them. So
Doors, all that.
I really like how we all like, despite we're
Come from
young,
different
we're
scenes.
young, right? We're very young, but we still listen to the classics. It's very important to
Yes.
listen to what came before you. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why when you said that you were inspired by From First to Last, I'm like, I remember From First to Last was old when I first heard about them back in like 2013.
Dude, they're
or, like,
so good.
2012. No,
Their
I know
shit,
they're very
It
good.
is so technical.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that when I was younger. I was like, this shit's just emo music, whatever. And then you start like listening to it, and it's like, it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
no.
honestly very beautiful.
I actually found out about From First to Last through Skrillex. Like, because I found out about Skrillex
Yeah,
first, because I was
yeah.
always into electronic music.
Fuck
and then
yeah.
I found out that he was into.
I
That he
said
was
fuck
in.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you said
agree
fuck
with
you. I'm like,
No,
damn,
no, no.
that was out
Yeah,
of pocket.
Fuck. Even though I just went to an EDM concert yesterday, fuck you.
Okay, well, I was like,
Fucking love Skrillex. The fuck you
I was listening to
Big
Skrillex
bet.
today.
nice.
There you go.
But yeah,
Vagabond.
but yeah, and I was like very impressed. He's got such a crazy voice. It makes sense that his voice sounds like that.
Can't
now.
be replicated.
Yeah,
Cannot
no,
be replicated. No.
he's got something special for sure. Like it's crazy.
Dude, the whole vibe that band gave off, though, that's like, it was wild. It was
Yeah.
like everything, just on like a silver platter that I could ever want in a song.
Valid. It's good stuff.
I am the least musically knowledgeable person in this room, just
Really?
because I never really had any of the like growing up with music that all of y'all have had, pretty much like a specific genre that really hooked you. And for me, that I did eventually, but it came way later, and it wasn't. And I never really ventured much outside of the few things that I locked in that I was like, I like these. And I don't know. Music was not like a huge thing for me growing up.
What was it? What was your thing?
A couple of wildly different things. I think the first band that I knew, that I heard, that I could distinguish from other whatever like stuff that all blends together in the background in the radio and whatever, was Sublime, just because that's what like my mom listened
nice.
to.
Fuck yeah.
And then a little bit later on, I got into a band called Say Anything, which is it's kind of, well, you've heard. I've showed you some. I don't know how you describe the genre. It's kind of rock emo, but not the same type of emo that you're into. But like,
Rock fusion.
Kind of.
Yeah,
I
don't
think so.
you know, Say Anything.
I say anything. I've
Yeah.
heard of them. I don't really listen to them.
I'll show y'all later.
That's
But
okay.
and then after that, I got into electronic music, also because of Deadmau5 and
I was just thinking, I love Dead Mouse. You know, my
too.
favorite Dead Mouse song is Strobe. I
Strobe's
I
great.
used to listen to that. That's like a like 8-minute song. It's not even
it's
long.
like it's 10 minutes. Yeah.
That's literally like progressive house music.
It is. I got to Deadmau5 specifically because I was in school and they just changed some rules and allowed students to like bring MP3 players and whatever to listen to music while they're like doing schoolwork. And so I started bringing like, I don't know, I had some kind of like Amazon tablet or something like that, right? And I was trying to find music. At first, the main thing I listened to a lot was like stand-up comedy, and then I was trying to find music that specifically didn't have lyrics because it was too distracting for me
Yeah.
to like. I couldn't like read and comprehend schoolwork while listening to lyrics because my head, I would get fixated on the lyrics. So I was looking for non-lyrical stuff, and somehow in that mix, I discovered Deadmau5 and around the same time Skrillex, because it was like the 2010s that was all popping off. And then yeah, I guess I had an Eminem phase. I had a Michael Jackson phase.
Oh,
I
one,
did too.
oh
I love
my
Michael
God.
Jackson.
I love
We
Michael
all have a
Jackson.
good Michael Jackson.
So okay,
phase.
Yeah.
okay, funny story. So real quick, 9th grade, me and one of my best friends in high school, his name's Ives, and we had a thing because like every like other Friday in the courtyard at my high school, I went to Royal Palm, by the way. There they brought in like a DJ, but it's not like a big DJ. It's like just people play music, right?
Yeah.
And we were like, you know what? Next time they come, let's play let's play Michael Jackson song. Let's coordinate it and we dance to it. And we danced to it and we had everyone come out and watch two freshmen dance. And then the next time we put on fucking not Hotline Bling.
God.
Was it Hotline Bling? It was either Hotline Bling. Yeah, I think it was from Drake, and it was fucking hilarious. But
Team
I
Kendrick.
huh?
Team Kendrick.
Yes,
facts.
yes.
Real.
Drake is
Not
fucking
like us.
done, dude. Come on.
I don't know
now.
a single person that actually still likes Drake.
He's
Obi
like
Wan.
DJ Khaled now. He's just like a laughing
know
stock.
that.
He's always been a laughing stock, even before Kendrick. Like this dude is fucking cornball. Every single time I see anything about him, it's just people making fun of him.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
think. Yeah, there's no way Kendrick would have been able to mollywop him that hard if it wasn't already like if everybody wasn't already kind of low key in agreement that this
Yeah.
was.
Why is he
Yeah.
even in the same like category as Kendrick or like J. Cole? Like
That's the whole point
Money,
of
money.
Well, that's the whole point of the beef. That's like that's like one of the main pillars that Kendrick's
Yeah.
standing on in his roast.
That's just-
against him. It's like, why are you even
he fucking sucks.
here?
Drake is fucking terrible. He doesn't sound good. He sounds like he's fucking monotone. He sounds like a fucking auto tune up the ass. Like,
And his dance album sucked.
Yeah.
oh my god.
And
All
he's
his
corny,
albums
bro.
suck. What the fuck?
Okay, he has a handful of songs.
Passion
that I do
Fruit.
Enjoy.
Passion fruit. That's the only
yeah,
one.
that's a
for
good
me.
one.
His old like best I ever had. I like. That's his older stuff. But like,
He has enough song. I could carry his songs in one hand of how many that are like genuinely really good.
well, I mean, he just
And then the
shits
rest-
out fucking songs
He has
every
so
year.
many. Yeah.
It's like Young Boy. Young Boy drops like 30 songs in one album, and like he drops like multiple albums a year.
Half these people
Yeah.
borrow beats.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's part of
Drake has
it's-
ghostwriters.
It's
Yeah.
stream
Doesn't write his
trolling.
shit.
Yeah, he does.
It's stream trolling where you just like upload as much music as possible to garner streams and get like
What do you-
some amount of revenue.
What does that mean? Borrowing beats.
Like those
You
free
take
beats. Yeah.
take samples off the internet. And
Oh,
you
okay, okay.
Use it over it.
I mean, there's
you
nothing
didn't make
wrong
them, but
with
someone else made them.
sampling, in
It's
my
theft.
opinion.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
it's
So
yes.
it's not borrowing. It's just
like
It
I'm
really
going to
is.
use this until you call me
It's
out for it.
as
Yeah.
long as you're in fair use, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it.
if it's
Like
a
there's
free
this.
beat.
Do you know?
I mean, if it's a free
Waves
beat,
by
it's
Joey
fine.
Badass.
Yeah.
That was so like J. Cole did False Prophets with the same beat, right? and they're two completely different songs. You know, one's like about I don't know what Waves is about, but I know like the False Prophets is about I think Kanye or something. And you know they're two different rappers, and you know they're both lyrical, and they're very talented, and you know it's the same beat, but I still listen to both. You know what I mean? It's not, and the thing is like you know. There's a lot like sometimes like even when I'm writing, right? Like there's like a chord that I might know from a song. Like I might borrow a chord from a song. Like, but you know, everyone borrows from
But
other
here's
people.
the thing, though.
Doesn't
Hip-hop-
sound the same.
How hip hop works with the vocals in the instrumental is completely different from how we would run it. Because in hip hop, it's not so much about the instrumental as it is about the actual words said in the song.
Yeah.
So that's like kind of like the instrumental is kind of like a support to the rap itself.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would say I agree because I think in rap and hip hop the not that vocals in other music aren't an instrument, but I feel like in rap and hip hop the vocal is
The rap.
it is like the main instrument you're listening to.
You're not listening to Kendrick for like the beat.
Well, I am.
No.
I listen to both.
But it's one
There's
of
a
those.
lot
I
of
think
you
it's.
can
songs,
listen to
though.
multiple things from Kendrick.
Yeah.
See, this-
Everything
I
he
wish-
does is pretty damn
I
good.
wish the bassist were here because I feel like he'd be able to understand when I say it's one of those things where it's like, yes, it wouldn't be at all the same without the vocal, but like the vocal without the beat wouldn't hit at all. You may
Right.
not notice it's
Right.
just like a bass in the band. You don't notice them until they're not there.
Yes,
very much.
1000% agree.
Exactly.
Because
and
what
like
you
mean
just
as a
like
drummer, yeah.
listen to any rap instrumental that's building up before they start spitting. It's just okay. When are they coming in?
Kendrick
You're
though,
just like-
notwithstanding, just because that dude he just says so much like really rhythmic and some like dynamic stuff with his delivery. Like his delivery in and of itself is kind of like
and that's what I mean. That in a lot of
complex enough to be a song.
well, that's
But-
that's what you're talking about right there. Is kind of what I mean. In a lot of rap and hip hop, like the vocal it is like a fundamental instrument in the whole song.
It wouldn't be rap without it.
It literally can't be. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It would
Guys
just
like
be
MF
a
Doom?
jazz or
Yes.
hip hop beat.
Very much.
What'd you say?
MF Doom.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on now.
I mean,
love
it's hard.
MF Doom.
It's classics. Absolutely.
Fucking penis.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
okay, Jordy.
You lost the game.
Yeah, I know that reference. I know that reference.
Yes.
Yeah, I speaking of, influences and favorites and stuff, Deadmau5 is still one of the only people I still currently of the people that I like hooked onto. Deadmau5 is one of the few that I still currently keep up with like regularly. And Say Anything I would say also because they're making a new album, but I don't listen to them as much. It's not quite as relevant in my
Do you know the song "Hey
Head.
Baby" by Deadmau5?
Oh yeah. That's with Melee Fresh.
That song's so funny.
It's funny and cringe.
It's just it literally-
Okay, so it was with the first label that he was with was this dude and his wife. It was a very small label, and he really quickly outgrew them. But the wife, who was like, I guess the manager or whatever of the label, I might get some of these details a little mixed up, but she was also a voice actress in Care Bears. I forget which bear she was, but she also really wanted to be a DJ and
Okay.
and whatever and vocalist and whatever. And so she made a number of tracks with Deadmau5. And when he wanted to move on to like a bigger label that can support more of before he made his own, he just outgrew them like on many levels, not just like in a fame level, but like logistically they couldn't do the things he wanted to do. And they were like she was really like petty about stuff and held on to rights to a lot of his early songs that are, I think still under their ownership. It's At Play Records. So there's a handful of songs. Hey Baby is one. I can't remember the other ones right now, but there's a few of them that have her vocals on it, and it's so like cringe because she's like
moaning.
Character.
She's moaning.
Yeah,
She's making
literally-
sex noises.
Yeah, she's very sexual, like overtly, and you'll understand that she gives off like a personality, a little bit,
God.
but but with more sexual overtones to it.
Okay.
I actually did not.
You guys don't know who I'm
that.
talking about, and that's okay.
I didn't even know that. I just know the song.
Yeah, no, but all her
Deep lore.
all the stuff that she's in is like that, and it's like kind of the song like the track itself is good, but her lyrics on top just make it like cringy.
No, I listen to it to laugh at it. It's so fucking funny.
I like the instrumental only versions of those songs.
Good. I mean, all of Dead Mouse instrumentals are.
He just
good.
released a new song this past Friday.
I need to listen to more Dead Mouse. I don't really know much more than Hey Baby, Strobe, and Ghosts and stuff.
I could put you on.
I also know
Trust.
Passion Fruit, or well, not Passion Fruit, Pomegranate.
Pomegranate.
Not Passion Fruit. That's Drake.
That's with the Neptunes.
Thinking about drinking,
Yeah.
huh?
I like Dead Mouse.
He's got some great albums.
Trust me,
would
I'll put you on to some shit later.
Did
I
you
would
guys know
recommend
Hunter
Wild Wolf
raps?
listen to.
What?
No, okay, no, listen. No, we're done with that.
No,
that's
we're not.
That's not public information.
He raps.
That's
Yeah?
not public
Oh, word?
information. That is not
yeah,
public
he
information.
has like 3 rap songs he showed me.
What's your SoundCloud?
Listen, it's
put his
not
phone away.
It's not public. It's not public.
He's like, hey, listen.
it's not
real quick.
public.
Well, now it is.
Listen,
Are you calling these writing exercises?
yes.
These are something that I'm
My
very
friend-
grateful for.
Can you spit some bars right now?
No,
I'll give you a drum beat. Wait, I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah,
I can't
we got a drummer.
freestyle. I'm
It'll
too
be,
white.
it'll be too loud for the mics.
I
It'll be
can't
too loud.
freestyle.
Show them your skills.
How about you? You're the vocalist.
I sing
Fair,
clean.
also
I don't
fair.
rap.
Whoa.
You know,
What's that supposed to mean, dude?
In Lincoln,
Yeah. Whoa.
in
Hold
Lincoln
on.
Park, there's Mike Shinoda and Chester Bennington.
Rest in peace.
All right, you could be the Mike Shinoda to Angelson. Rest in peace.
yeah, but I don't
I like
freestyle.
that. I like the notion that when you said I sing clean, I thought of like 100% reverb. Clean.
I'm just gonna sing like this. Hey, my guy, and it's like all signs like distorted as fuck. and everything.
I was about to say you've got some of the wettest vocal mixes I've ever heard.
do the Call of Duty zombie impression thing that you do at practice.
No, not
that needs
unless
to be distorted. That
Not
needs to be
unless
distorted
you
reverb.
rap. Not unless you rap first. Then I'll start screaming into the podcast mic.
You're gonna clip it. So
And then what's
quickly.
your goofy noise?
Mine.
I don't know if I should or
I
not.
don't have
Hunter,
goofy
just
Or-
noise. I
it's gonna be
guess.
hilarious.
Listen.
I make
The
goofy
sound
noises.
of
This can't be
I
deleted.
make goofy noises
I
in
know.
loud circles.
If I fuck up, I fuck
So-
up.
That's fine. Just try. Come on.
you
Peer pressure.
you want a beat? Not with this. Not with
I
this.
can't freestyle. I could.
Do you want a beat? Yes or no? Not with this.
No.
Okay.
I don't want to
Off-
rap.
Off the
Give
TOP.
me a guitar. Give me a guitar. I don't. I don't
sound like-
freestyle. I
you
can
sound
freestyle
like-
on guitar. I
sound
can't.
like-
I can't
It's
freestyle.
like
on-
MGK right now. I don't want to rap anymore.
I just want to make fucking rap. Not rap.
Dude, have you
fucking
seen his
fucking
signature guitar?
Yeah.
It's a fucking razor blade. It's so
Ugh,
stupid.
Jeez, yeah.
So cut my wrist and black my eyes.
sing.
I swear to God, I'll never fall in love. What was that song? I actually like that song. That's a
God,
cool
no.
song.
So give me your fullest take on MGK as an entity.
I got
If I'm being completely honest, when I liked him when I was in high school, like his pop punk stuff. I
fair.
thought it sounded a lot like Blink to me.
Because you know Travis Barker
yeah, I
was
know,
drumming, right?
I know, but
Huge inspiration to me, by the way. Just want to say.
it's like
Just want to say.
it's just
Want to say.
I don't like his vocals that much, but I can see what he's trying to do and how like I can see he's actually putting an effort to make this style of music. You know, it doesn't just come overnight. You can't just switch genres in like
Yeah.
3 years. It's gonna take a while. So I feel like he's honestly doing a pretty good job. Pretty controversial.
Yeah, I've heard. I haven't listened to it myself. I haven't listened to much MGK myself, so I'm not going to pretend to have much of an opinion. But I am fascinated by the vitriol that his last album like drew from everybody. It seemed like
Yeah.
his fans.
It was
people who
really
didn't
deep,
like
though.
him.
Nobody liked it. What happened?
A lot of people were like flaming the shit out of it. And again, I
Tickets
didn't
to my
listen-
downfall.
It's
Kill shot.
that was about to say. It's because Eminem smoked him, dude. Like how Kendrick's smoking Drake.
I mean, yeah, but here's the thing, and like when he switched genres, like if you listen to the lyrics, a lot of the songs are about like people that have died in his life. Like it actually
Yeah.
means something to him. So it's like, as an artist, who am I to be like, fuck this dude, his music sucks? When it's like, I can't do
He's
that.
making a genuine
Yeah.
effort to communicate
Exactly.
something.
And
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
he's a
there's
bad
anything wrong with
person.
Well,
that.
you can
Totally valid.
Those can both be true. You can have genuine thought and effort put into music, and it still be kind of crappy.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but it isn't crappy. It isn't crappy at all, in my opinion.
I haven't
think,
heard it either, so I don't
like,
know.
Really? Yeah.
The production is really good. I mean, maybe not the auto tune he uses. He has a lot of like that's not the point of like what he's trying to do. It's supposed to be sloppy. It's not supposed to always be on pitch. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be raw. You shouldn't have to produce your voice on that level to produce punk.
And you think that that's what kind of like puts a bad taste in people's mouths?
Yeah, because he still tries to rap on a pop punk like, you know what I mean? It sounds like he's trying to rap.
I mean, to be fair, not to his credit, rap and punk have grown like side by side and through each other since the beginning
True.
of both the like throughout
Yeah.
the history of
Yeah.
both genres. But so why in this case does it seem to come off as like weird and corny when
Because
somebody
One
tries
word. Internet.
No, he's trying way
The
too
internet
hard.
and
I think
everything.
he's honestly putting way too much like thought into making it sound a specific way.
Yeah,
that
that
doesn't
is-
sound
it doesn't
sincere.
sound genuine.
I
but the
blame
lyrics
Bird
are.
Box.
Bird Box.
The movie he was in.
Who?
That
He was in
Box?
Bird Box?
Yes.
Netflix movie. Bird
He
Box.
was in Bird Box. You didn't know
Well,
that?
who was he in Bird Box?
It was one of the main characters.
Really? I didn't
You
even
don't know this.
I watched Bird Box years ago.
I think we all
It's
did.
that you don't remember what that is?
Never heard of
Sandra
it.
Bullock movie where
If they look at the bird, they die or something. I don't know.
it was something.
You remember the
It was
the
kind of a
trend?
mid-tier movie, so I don't remember.
It was really
Remember the
stupid.
trend where they had to blindfold themselves?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
forgot.
like you couldn't look out the windows because if you saw like whatever monster was killing people,
It was going to kill you
It
no
was
matter
going to
what.
get you next or some. I don't remember how. How it
No,
happened.
that's not. I'm a horror guy as well, by the way. I don't think that is Bird Box. That is not Smile. It might be Smile. The movie came out like 2 years ago. Smile. That if you see, like it's
Well, there was something to
Yeah.
do with vision in Bird Box too, because people had like there was a whole like blind society or whatever that
Yeah.
was safe from whatever the danger was.
That's
I-
wild.
I need to
forget-
rewatch that movie.
if I can remember about Smile, I think with Smile that was it was a demonic entity that would possess someone, and it would you have like 7 days to until you die basically.
So you got to lock in.
No, 'cause- no. The thing is, if you see that entity coming to you, it's gonna kill the person that you see, and it's gonna try to possess you. And then once you're possessed, you're fucked.
All you got to do is lock in, bro.
Yeah, once you're possessed.
This episode is going to be called "Locking In" with Angelson Banks.
Locking in with
Directed by
Angelson.
Jordy.
MGK, please take us on tour.
Oh, sure. I'll love to meet Travis.
Yeah.
I'll love
What's the
I
what's the
hate
one
autotune,
celebrity
though.
you guys wish you could meet?
dead or alive, or it doesn't matter.
Chris
It doesn't
Franzik
matter.
from Attila.
Did you say celebrity or musician?
Musician, celebrity, whoever.
If I can meet any celebrity / musician, it will probably be Elvis Presley. I mean, dead
Wasn't he a
serious.
pedophile?
Yes.
There's,
They all were back
But
then.
they all were back then.
everyone was a pedophile back in the fucking 50s.
Well, yeah,
A lot of those big
there's a whole lot of
entertainers back
songs
then.
about
I want to
she's
take
16.
my 13-year-old to the land.
I mean,
Try to get her in my coupe in the pickup van.
that's a really hard question for me, because like, I mean, it just really depends. Because like, there's so many guitar players I want to talk to, but like, it depends on the interaction. Because like, am I having a guitar lesson with them? Then I'd pick like if I'm a
right,
guitar
here's a
lesson,
scenario.
Alan Holdsworth.
Here's a scenario.
100%, right?
5 minutes, musician or non-musician.
Michael Ackerfeld.
Why?
Because he's one of my favorite songwriters of all time,
Who is
and he's
that?
funny, and he's chilly. The lead singer, guitar player for Opeth.
What about you, Jordy?
Wait, what was the question?
5 minutes, meet anyone, dead or alive. Just talk to them. Just talk. That's what it is. Have a conversation for 5 minutes. That's it.
Fuck.
Probably my grandma, actually.
Wait.
Now I think about it, probably my grandma.
I'd pick
If
Dobby
I
Vanity to
would
punch
too.
him across the face. Like to rip off it. I would go back in time while
In the
Dobby
last 3
Vanity's on
seconds of
stage
the conversation.
and rip his wig off. Just
Real
be
as
like,
fuck.
Look at this. Look at this guy. He's bald. He's not a hairdresser. Bald. Bald. Bald.
Yo, if you
shout out Temple.
could you imagine if somebody did that to Davi Vanity on
That
Warped
would be
Tour, like at the
fucking
peak of
hilarious.
his tour, somebody just ran on tour and just
Exposed.
that would have been that would have been so. I would have loved to see that back in
The
day,
time
bro.
traveler meme.
Oh, dude.
Time travel paradox and that bullshit. Oh, shit.
I'm
Bro,
trying to
someone
think,
has to make that.
thinking of celebrities I'd want to meet is tough because like when you hear celebrities of all kinds talk all the time about like dealing with fans and whatever, and it's like I would not want to talk or meet a celebrity that doesn't really want to talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it would feel like a pointless interaction.
Yeah, and like it'd be awkward as fuck.
It would be awkward. It'd be pointless, and it would bear no fruit. There would be nothing of it really. It would be like a cool like, oh, you met him, high five type of thing. But that's it. Like there's nothing to it. I think the only one that I can think of like without doing some deep thought that would be someone who would treat you, or in my scenario me, as an equal and would be interesting to meet would be Theo Von.
Oh
Comedian.
shit!
That's valid.
Because he just has that aura of just like everybody's the same. Well, I mean, everybody
Fucking
is
answer.
equal value of different experiences in the world, and like I love on his podcast that he'll just have like Trash Man from New York is the guest this week. Carney is the guest this week. Like that's just cool to me.
Random people.
Random people.
Can I share a funny story when you're done?
I'm almost done. I just think, talking, just like shooting the shit with him for like 5 minutes in that scenario, like 5 minutes would be really interesting. You could actually get something out of it, and he wouldn't shoo you away or like brush you off like
As most
many
celebrities
celebrities. So other celebrities would probably, be trying to get it over with. What were we gonna say?
would. But fuck, I remember.
We almost got through the whole podcast without the drummer hitting the drums. and
I
somehow
moved the sticks.
these sticks
Put
manifested in
the
his hand.
sticks on the
I don't
floor.
know.
Bro, you don't gotta be as autistic as Hunter.
How long have we been recording?
An hour 24.
Oh hell yeah!
That's not bad. Not bad. Respect.
Hey, it was.
We
my
sat you down there. We were setting you up for failure. Honestly. So an hour.
I
and a
can
half.
go another hour 24. I hope.
I'm
Word,
surprised he
word.
hasn't played with vapes yet.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that's a funny video. We have that on our band account. Follow Angelson Band on Instagram, and we have. Do we have
it.
TikTok yet? Or anything?
Nah, I just posted on my TikTok, murdering
Okay.
rich
We'll
people.
have it by the time we're done with the podcast.
Hopefully, we're gonna have it probably
Stellar
on
name, by the way.
Facebook, probably Twitter, as well,
Angelson?
Instagram,
No.
all that shit. Or
Well, yes, but
Murdering
Yeah.
Rich People is a
so
good name.
follow
Rich people.
follow Angelson Band, and then click the description. We have all of our links there for us. Follow all of us individually as well. Support it. Tell your friends. We have music coming out. Like I said, way early in the podcast. EP
November
coming out.
28th with Gunnar Gill.
That too. There's videos of there as well on my account as well. August, September. That's when our EP's coming out. Follow us. We love
Support your local scene.
Blow them
Support
up.
your local scene.
Blow them up, but
but-
they're not underground anymore, and then they have a crisis. An
Bro.
you.
identity
Yay!
crisis.
Wait a minute.
Or like.
Anyways, you had a
band
story.
words. I remember the first time meeting the Varials lead singer. I remember buying merch, like 3 merch items, and I accidentally tipped him like $20 to $40, just in awkwardness, because I was just in front of like my favorite band right now, and I was like, I take
Take
it,
my money.
take it, fucking take it, and then
Take
I
my
walked
money.
away, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm broke now.
But it
See?
was worth it.
Good- Thinking back again to celebrities, like
probably remember that.
I think you would probably expect me to say Deadmau5 because I like his music so much.
Yeah.
However, I know of him enough to know that he's a very like antisocial person.
He'd
And
probably
so-
just make fun of you for 5 minutes. Until,
Probably.
until you left. He would probably try to make you cry like the best of his ability for the 5 minutes that you two were together.
Well, it wouldn't unless we had a specific thing that we're both invested in talking about. It would be he would be more uncomfortable than me probably, and it would just be awkward, and it
You'd
would
be like geeking out or the hell or some shit probably.
Huh?
You'd be like geeking out to him or something.
Bro, I'm
No,
always
I
geeking
don't.
out.
I don't think I would like be like that starstruck geeking out type
Okay,
of person.
okay.
I was-
Like it would be cool to meet Deadmau5 to like shake his hand or whatever, but I don't think beyond just dapping him up and saying what's up. I don't think hanging out and talking with him would be. It wouldn't be worth it just because I feel like he wouldn't want to be there. That's just it.
No,
Unless there
yeah.
was a specific thing that like brought us together
Yeah,
through
that's
fate somehow.
That's the tough thing about a question like that, because then it becomes like anybody who I can meet, but then anybody who I can meet for only 5 minutes, because that
That's the
changes
premise.
everything.
5
does.
minutes
Because
only.
everybody
Not
who
a day,
I want
5
to meet,
minutes.
I would want to like have a conversation
Yeah.
with. But who do I want to meet specifically for 5? And so what's the context here? Let's elaborate
It's like-
on this.
so-
Do you appear before them, or do they appear
No,
before
No, they're
you?
sitting in a hotel room waiting for you, and there's a guard, a bouncer,
And they're in a
that leads you.
speedo.
So
They're in a
That's
okay,
so
no.
significantly
So
less
ready?
fun.
So
They lead you
whoever
into
you
the room.
pick, it's how you imagine them as. Like first thing pop. But let's say Corey Taylor. First thing popped in mind. Excuse me. I'm sorry. is probably his Slipknot costume or his mask or anything, whatever you think.
In costume.
Yes,
Even
wherever
costume.
you think of how they are, but you're sitting down one-on-one, nothing can interrupt you. You're having a conversation only for 5 minutes. And once 5 minutes is up, you both shake hands, say goodbye, and you never see them again. Ever.
See,
Barack Obama.
See, if I apply that to Denmouse, what I imagine him, how he is
All right, sweet.
yeah. And then it's just
Probably
like,
playing Minecraft on his computer.
right? Something.
I just think you only get
Speedrun
5
4.
minutes in a conversation, and that is it. That's it. That's all you get. That's the premise.
Maybe Josh Hart from the New York Knicks.
Of course you say it next, you fucking
He's
piece
funny.
of shit.
He's fucking funny. He is so
Osama
funny.
bin Laden.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Saddam Hussein.
And 9-shooter myself. That's funny.
Theo Vaughn would still be my answer, I think. Only 5 minutes.
Well, is fictional
that's it.
count too?
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, because now I'm thinking
Fictional.
like,
Fictional? You
No,
want to
no, no.
You want to meet
Real
SpongeBob or
person,
something?
dead or alive. Real person, that
because
is dead
now
or
I'm
alive.
thinking because
George Washington.
the 5-minute thing literally has, but it's changed my gears into thinking like, who do I want to meet? From who do I want to meet to who do I want to beat the shit out of? Because it's like,
See, that's
because I'm
why
go-
it's 5 minutes.
Exactly. If it's only 5 minutes, I am not going to have a good conversation with anybody I give a shit about. So who do I hate that I can get away with just kicking the shit out of for 5
Yeah, why
minutes?
don't
Joe Biden.
You know, it's like,
Wait,
well,
Okay.
now come on.
Let's
Give him more
let's-
dimension.
no
let's
politics,
let's
please.
not
No
talk about
politics.
that on the pod.
Please, please.
Hey,
Let's
Secret
not talk
Service,
about
you
that.
heard that, right?
Yeah. No,
It wasn't me. I swear.
Five minutes.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Censor that shit.
No.
No, it's in, Jordan. You're fucked. It's in.
hashtag cancel Angelson. Damn.
I
Guys,
don't give a. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let's talk about the cancellation thing real quick.
Let's not.
I don't want to.
I gotta say one thing about
About
it.
cancellation.
Fuck the
kidding.
cancel culture. That piece of shit. I don't care.
All
If I'm
right.
canceled. It doesn't mean shit.
Let's
to me.
move on.
Fuck you. Fuck the cancel culture. I don't give a fuck what you think about me.
My
I'm
dad
me,
left me.
You
myself,
heard it
and
here
I.
first.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
I-
Uncancelable.
I
Don't fuck with 'em.
acknowledge. Oh my god.
Cancel culture.
My chair
Fuck
almost
the
broke.
you know
on
what?
This
I
man just
fucking
canceled
quit
gravity.
this fucking. I'm out of here.
Bye. Wait, no, don't leave.
me. Yo, we should all do porn.
What?
What?
What would your porn star name be?
Hunter
Angelson.
Hunter Angelson.
Angelson.
Oh, that
I was-
is his last name, by the way. Is Angelson. I have no idea if you knew that.
I
or not.
caught that, yeah.
Okay, I just wanna make
Thicker
sure.
ginger.
Wait, how'd you know?
You said it earlier.
Hunter Angelson.
That too, but
You said it earlier. Yeah.
You're like
It's actually it was
So wait.
originally Angelson. My grandma changed it.
So you named the band after your last name?
He wanted
it's
to
a cool
change
name.
it. They wanted. He
Well,
wanted
the thing
to change
is,
it.
I just feel like since like the band's name is called Angelson, it's like this is not my band at all.
Yeah, it is.
no,
Kinda.
no, no. Here,
It's
here,
all
let me
of
see-
our
let me-
bands.
let me
It's not
explain.
like
You started it.
I started it, but at the same time, like the band name's Angelson, right? But every single member in the band has equal say.
So
They could, if everyone wanted to, if it was like if we had a vote and maybe wanted to, if
Just
everyone
like how
wanted to kick
everybody-
me out, then I'd be out of the band.
It's like,
So-
you know, the Jimi Hendrix experience
it's
where
not
everybody,
the
the
name.
band has equal say
How-
over the music.
How many members of a band have to leave or change for you to have to change the name of the band?
The drummer.
I mean, you know what's interesting?
yeah,
the drummer.
yeah.
Because the whole sound changes. It's not the same if it's a different drummer. That
Well, Michael Ackerfeld wasn't even the original member of Opeth, and he's the longest tenured Opeth member. It was actually some other dude. Michael Ackerfeld started on bass,
But
he
then
wasn't
again-
even the original vocalist.
the name of the band Angelson is a homage to the fact that you started the band. That's
And
the meaning behind
The
it.
main thing
I
why
just always thought like when I started playing guitar, like, oh, I want to have a band named after my last name because I think my last name's pretty
Dude,
badass.
It's a cool
That's
name.
literally all I thought.
Honestly.
so here
The
Your
logo
porn
is
name
fire.
could be Demon
It is
Dad.
fire. Thank
Yes.
you,
It's
Jordy.
fire.
Makes me think of like the Sons of Angels.
or Demon Woman.
City of Angels is our next album.
Well,
name.
Angel Son.
City of
There you go.
Angels.
Demon Dad.
Oh,
We should name it.
My fault, my fault.
Angel.
I was back on porn names.
So,
Before starting
so
names.
the reason behind the Angelson thing, just real quick, is when he came up with the band, he obviously contacted me first. We had a group chat with Noah and Mateo, back to them.
Oh,
and
God.
he's put Angelson Band. That's what he did. And then he said, think of band names. And then the moment no one really could have gotten a good one, Hunter's like, all right, we're gonna stick with Angelson. The first thing I did, the moment you said that, I called you. You probably remember this. And I said, no one is the boss. No one is everything has to revolve around you. I said if the moment you or someone else does that, I am leaving. I am not the boss. I am not, hey, we have to do it in this drum order. We have to do it like this. All the songs, but one song, I think, I listen to everyone and then I play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everyone's creative. So there's no one person that's, hey, I'm Angelson and this is my band.
Well,
You know
also
what I mean?
just the type of person I am. Like the reason why I wanted to start, a band from start or fresh. Like I just know like a lot of. I am not that type of guy at all. I want everyone to.
Yeah.
I like my logic is let the vocalist sing, let the drummer play drums, let the bass player play bass,
And let everybody do what they're good at.
Everyone just do
Yes.
their own thing, and then we'll just jam, and that's it. Like I don't. Like I mean, obviously, like if I'm gonna have an opinion on something, obviously, like for example, remember at last rehearsal with Doug, we had
that little thing about
that little
Truth
thing.
Avowed.
But the thing is like at this, it's just I'm just stating my opinion. I personally think, but that doesn't mean I'm not like
You're not
controlling.
infringing.
Yeah,
I'm just stating my opinion. You know, what I
it's
mean?
your input on a song, which everyone should listen to. Why do you think I made you and Doug play both parts numerous times? There's only one.
My
note
part's better.
difference.
Dude, I was so scared that if I had
The
an
thing is, we
opinion on
all
something-
agreed with Doug's. You have to remember that it's on the
But
pod
it's
now.
not in time. It's not in time. Okay,
But
well,
it-
save this for next rehearsal. We'll talk about it more.
We
So
can't
tomorrow.
change Angelson
Oh, no.
because
I will-
we're already known as Angelson. So
That's
we
also
can't-
true.
we
I'll
can't
also-
change
It's also rings.
Yeah,
Rolls off the
I'll
tongue.
I'll also comment on the band name thing. When it comes to naming anything, I sort of feel like the first organic thing has to be the thing you stick with.
If
Yeah.
you don't agree
Yeah.
on the first name and you keep disagreeing on every other name, someone's gonna keep disagreeing, and at some point, no one's gonna figure out what the band's called. And that's the problem I ran into my other bands is we couldn't decide on something. Everyone had an idea, everyone had a vibe in mind, but someone would always be disagreeing. That's why I just like to keep it Angelson. Okay, cool, Angelson.
It's just
Fine.
also familiarity at this point. Like, like my brain has already heard Angelson band so many times in my head. So
Yeah,
it just
100%.
it just rings well. Like
just stuck
for example,
immediately.
what did
Yeah.
you guys think when you first heard about a band called the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Like
That's a
what
hot
type-
ass band. No,
What,
They-
what,
they
type,
probably-
what type of name
They
is that?
probably like chili peppers.
and
Yeah,
they
but
like,
like
it
you know what I
red
mean. But it's just like I've heard Red Hot Chili Peppers so many times in my life to the point where I don't even think about it
It
anymore.
doesn't.
It's,
Yeah, you
it's
don't even
just
think that they're talking about a food.
yeah, it's just the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like it's just the band. No,
And I sort of dislike the notion that people have to pick names for things when it comes to like songs, albums, band names, artist names, whatever. I don't like the notion that you have to pick a name that fits it. Rather, pick what you want, and then over time, that thing will be
The cool
associated with
meaning.
you.
Yeah, the cool meaning.
you
behind
make
it.
the meaning for it eventually.
See, I always took that approach with my music. I just name it like, not necessarily gibberish. It's just like made up words that
Yeah.
sound like actual words, but don't actually mean
Dude,
anything.
speaking
Well, the whole name of the podcast. I've told this story like to a lot of people over time, so if you heard this already, I'm sorry. But it was a very organic kind of out of nowhere thing because my buddy Kevin and I were starting it, and we're planning to start the show, and we couldn't really decide on what we wanted to call it, and we didn't want to have something that was too specific because it would lock us in to like a specific lane or genre of something. We didn't want something too abstract either because it's like, how do you get it out there, if it's too abstract. So, but what happened organically was we were in his garage and we would hang out and smoke weed and play music from his Alexa that was in the garage, right? And sometimes we'd interrupt it with like, Alexa, play this, play that. Sometimes it would just autoplay and just move on to whatever. We would also, during these hangout sessions, have this joke or like gimmick ghost tracking app, like a
I know what you mean.
EVP. What's it called again?
EMF box?
EMF.
Mhm.
Why do I always get that wrong? Why do I always forget that? It's an EMF app thing, and it would just occasionally. The whole gimmick is that it's supposed to be like scanning all the like frequencies going on around it and spitting out words, and those words are supposedly things that the spirits around you are saying, right?
That's kind of a wacky idea.
So we were playing music and we were like, I wonder what the ghosts want to listen to right now. And so we, when we asked like the room, we were like, what do you want to hear? It literally spoke up and said something. And we were like, all right, shit.
Ghost on the Aux.
Alexa, play that. And
Okay, why not?
I said, yeah, the ghost is on the aux right now. And then I was like, wait, hold up. Ghost
That
on the aux.
Nothing
is
was ever the
sick.
same.
Everything changed at that moment. And because we were like trying to think of names for the show up until then. And then even a little while after, we weren't like married to that. And then we were just like gave up. We're like, Ghost on the Aux is just organic, and it also makes sense, and it's also kind of badass sounding.
It is
And I
badass
was like,
sounding.
it has to be that.
But speaking
What
of,
did the ghost want to listen to though?
I don't remember. Irrelevant.
was it like an older song or a newer song?
I really don't know.
Speaking of,
It was just a word, and then we said, Alexa, play blank, whatever the word was, and then it played something. I don't remember what it was.
So baby, pull me closer. And
No.
Oh God, no.
you know what band has a really fucking cool name? Further Within.
Oh yeah.
dude,
Dude, you know they used to be called
yes.
Further North, Further South. I think that sounds cooler, but I do like Further Within too.
Further one's pretty good.
Further north, further south. That's a mouthful.
Please play a show with us.
I know, but that is like you like look at the name and that's like I gotta listen to this shit.
I know we brought him up before, but Between the Buried and Me is also pretty good.
Between the Buried and Me
I
is
like
such a cool name.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I like Say Anything as a band name because it leaves it very open to interpretation.
Say
Willy
fucking
Wonka.
anything.
Just say Tool. Tool's good.
Yep, Tool.
Yeah.
Mastodon.
You guys ever listen to The
Mastodon's
Residents?
I love Mastodon.
Residents. is
The
good.
Residents?
The Residents?
Bro, that shit freaked me out. The first time I listened to them was on like shrooms.
Oh, yeah,
That shit.
What about
that
the
was
band-
freaky about the? Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
At Keith's
Death.
party.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell.
The band Death.
Bro, that
God,
one Keith had
no.
you fucked up.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy. Shout out Keith.
But isn't that crazy how that like, the name Death just works so well for death? It's just death.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you hear death associated with death your whole life, and you hear the word death, it's gonna give off death vibes.
Yeah, death.
You think about it? Yeah.
Death, death, death. I wonder what type of music death makes.
Kind of crazy. Words
They
Ever
probably
listen-
make
ever
like
listen-
some nice smooth jazz.
You ever listen to
stuff.
Death Grips?
You know what I mean?
Actually,
fucking-
I've
listen
listened
to
to Death
Textures
Grips.
by Cynic. It's pretty much death if they made jazz.
All right. Now.
What do you guys think of Suicide Boys?
Love them.
I love them. I fucking love them.
Great.
hit or miss for me.
Really?
I love them.
The only one
I
who didn't
think
listen to them.
with that genre of music, it's like kind of
Secluded?
a lot of it sounds the same-ish.
Yeah, there isn't
Oh, yeah.
really any wiggle
Absolutely.
room. There isn't really any wiggle room on it.
And I don't hate the sound. I like when songs don't all sound the same. Like, and I don't mean that in an insulting way, but it's like
It's
And
one of
I'm
those,
not-
it is
I'm
one
not-
of those things for sure where if you listen to that music more, you'd be able to discern the
yeah.
songs
I was
a lot
about to
better.
say I
It's
don't
just one
listen
of
to it
those- yeah.
enough. I'm not plugged in as much to like be able to distinguish it as well.
No,
But-
because I completely agree with you that their sound is very homogenous, but it's just very high quality too.
And
That's the thing about it is like because they do have a sound that's very akin to a lot of other people. They just do it a lot better.
And I don't
In my
again
opinion.
I don't like I don't want to blanket this across everything Suicide Boys because it's not all of their songs are like this, but I just sometimes don't connect as well with music where I can't really understand what the fuck they're saying.
That's fair.
That's
I hope they caught that on camera. That was fucking sick.
I mean, I think sometimes when like songs sound the same on an album, I actually like that. Cause like, for an example, today I was at the gym, right? I put on a Cannibal Corpse album. All songs sound the same. It's
Yeah.
kind of it's. I don't want it
It's
to
an
like
experience, a
stop and
holistic
pause during
yeah.
like I don't listen to like. Actually, wait. Do you guys know the song "Dope Smoker" by Sleep?
I do.
Yes.
I listened to
Yeah.
I listened to a whole song at the gym one day.
Nice.
It was so fucking funny. I don't know. It was a weird
That's
day.
a long ass
It's,
song.
it's like actually I only got 45 minutes out of
Because
the
they released it to like literally just to troll their record label, didn't they? Like that's the lore behind it, if I recall
I
correctly.
heard it took like 4 years to write.
I don't know about that.
I
was
mean, it's
under
just same
impression-
note
I
the
could-
whole time.
Let's make an hour song in 1 hour, baby. Let's fucking do it.
Yo, we can do that shit.
Yeah, but are we gonna fucking remember it?
Yes.
Yeah, after like 4 years, like Hunter said.
No. If we practice like an hour song in 1 hour and in the next practice it again, and we just do that for like 5 hours, we'll have it.
We could just make an
We're
album,
not doing that.
connect it all together, and just
We're
call
not
it one
doing
song.
that.
Like,
That's
like,
valid.
like
That's been done before.
there's so
That's
many
what we're
prog
doing.
songs that are just essentially 4 songs just
Hey,
stitched together.
that's what we're doing on this record. The first like 4 songs on the record are gonna be transitioned perfectly into the next. Me and Doug did that yesterday.
Continuous mix.
Nice.
Hell
Love
yeah.
that.
That's what
Love
we're
it
doing.
when albums do that.
We want to have our song names on our merch too.
Yeah, like on the back and everything.
Yeah, like,
set list or
I
not
have
set
this-
list, record list or everything.
I had this idea with our album art on the back side of the shirt, have like "In My Way" and like scribbly fonts just on it, and I feel like that would just like
That would look sick.
that would look. I have a concept I could show you, so like I'm
Sure.
not like, but it's just a concept right now. We do want to get our merch out there though.
Yeah,
What's-
definitely. Let us know.
What's your progress like on getting merch made? Like, how far along are you?
We have Doug has a guy or Eddie has a guy as well. They can make merch for us. I think it's Doug. Doug can contact the guy. We can get him our designs and he can get them in pretty soon. Actually, I just think that
You need to get a drum skin.
I know. I gotta talk to the gunner about that, actually because I gotta get.
Just go online. You don't need Gunner. Just go online.
That's true. That's true.
We need a tapestry, so when we start like going to actual like bigger venues, like we can like have our tapestry behind us so people can see.
Yeah.
I need a better cab.
Yeah.
I've
You need a 7-string.
okay, and I need a
But-
fucking job
Because
too.
we write 6 and 7-string songs too. So
Dude, this drop C is there's nothing that sounds better than drop C, bro.
drop F,
Unless it's a 7-string guitar.
drop F.
Listen, it's just drop C is such a sweet point. Like
Imagine that on a 7-string.
I for this band I play one guitar. I have 3 guitars. I have a Schecter C1 Research. I have a Charvel Pro Mod SoCal style one. It's just a super strat with the humbucker, single coil humbucker, Floyd. And then I have a Gibson SG that I've had since I was like 12. And that's the SG is what I use for the band. And it's just like whenever it's just set up and drop C, it's just like it
makes you nut.
Dude, it's the smoothest guitar I've ever played. And it's my guitar. And
That's awesome.
it's just like I remember like it's just dude, I'm about to sell my Charvel. Like I don't even like playing it. I just like playing my SG. I mean, I'm not gonna sell my Charvel. I keep that in standard. But
Dude, look at the vape smoke. Do you see it, or am I just?
Because there's like no airflow. It's all right here, just circling.
Man, is the AC really that?
Yeah, there's like no
Oh my
AC in
God.
here, dude.
Oh, I just noticed what you're talking about.
I'm
Yeah, that little
sweating.
line right there.
Bro, how in the world?
I don't know about y'all, but I want to play some drums soon. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
I'll close out the
my
castle.
God.
I'm
drum
behind a
solo.
drum kit. You can't not.
Well, I'll
make
just
me do it.
vacate the room and just let him. We'll just let all the mics record his drum
Dude,
solo.
every mic.
Mike-
we should do Galita, if we have an ability to.
The what?
It's one of our softer songs.
I mean, I was gonna play the punk song. That's it. If anything.
That's not playable. I don't think.
I was gonna be like,
Can I
after
try
the
it?
podcast, I was gonna ask Bob if I
That's
can play
not mine.
one
I
song and
can't
everyone
say
stay
no.
out there. I'll just play
I
real
can't
quick.
say. What?
I was gonna say like after the podcast, I can ask Bob and all y'all see out there. I'll just play our punk song. It's like a 3-minute song. If anything.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know. After this, I kind of want to go to McDonald's now.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
why I'm playing.
That would be good because that would be the outro music for the podcast.
If it'll work, then fuck it. Why not?
yeah,
I'll just
it
be.
sounds
It'll
good,
be
yeah.
drum only, but fuck it.
that's fine.
So you want to do that soon, or you want to do that? Because also, no music related. I'm actually a professional pool player as well. And actually,
Really?
I played tonight.
Hey, where?
I played tonight at Beef and Ale down south of Lake Worth.
Okay.
And we start at 7, and I'm the captain of my team, and we're actually in 3rd place right now for like 15 teams right now. And so if we do good this week and next week, we have a chance to go to Vegas.
Oh, hell
So
yeah.
yeah.
He's an expert on balls.
I might actually be joining a pool
Oh,
league team
yeah.
soon.
Fuck yeah.
So
Do,
Are
do
you?
might
APA.
actually-
Do APA.
That's what I
Yeah,
plan
do
on.
that.
Yeah, no, we're gonna.
Yeah, I literally like.
I do BCA,
any
ACS,
cover
AP. I do all that.
Any bar,
Nice.
any venue we play at,
See you on the table.
everyone's cooked.
Oh, trust me. I
I'm so glad Jake is good at pool.
yeah.
It's
I
just,
can
we're
cook anyone.
just
I don't-
better than all the other bands because we have a professional pool player.
I don't. I don't play enough now to really have honed hone back.
Dude,
the
go to
skill I
Island
used to
Room.
have. I go to Cough Me Crazy.
Kava Me Crazy.
Oh, there you go.
I
Pool
haven't checked
tournaments
that
on
one out.
Tuesdays.
You should.
You should go to that.
Yeah.
You want me to come in and act like a beginner and be like, I don't know what I'm doing?
No, I mean everybody there is like
There's some
actually
s-
very, very
Yeah,
good.
some
I'll
decent
win.
sweats
It's a
there.
very sweaty tournament.
I'll
It's a
Dude, he
very
wiped me out
sweaty-
in like 30
That's what I'm
seconds.
saying.
I-
Like, if you're
I broken ran against you.
bro, if you're that good, please show up because
Yeah.
like humble some of these sweats.
Oh,
Let's have a
I
Call
humbled,
Me
I humbled
Crazy show.
everyone that talked shit about you that night. I humbled everyone. They're like,
JK,
well, they didn't
everybody
talk
at
shit about
that
you.
tournament. I love you. You're
No,
not
some
sweaty.
people are like, yeah.
Just a little bit.
I used to be pretty good at pool because I had a pool table for a while. When I lived in Tampa, the house that we moved into came with a table. And so it was like summer break. I had nothing to do. So I just played pool
Fuck yeah.
so much
Yeah.
pool. And I was really good at it for a while. And my buddy Andreas and I used to play a lot back at Amy's when Amy's was a thing, before it was Rax. And yeah, I used to be actually pretty good, but I just haven't played consistently enough recently to like pull that back out of me. Because now I'm kind of shit. It's one of those things. I feel like it's one of those things you got to keep up with.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
It also has categories on how good you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could
The
be a
skill
starter
levels
and be
and
better
shit.
than all the other starters, or
Yeah.
you can be professional and be better than all the starters, no matter who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most important thing about anything is consistency.
And having
True.
fun.
You have
Yes.
zero.
Yes.
Wow.
Of
wait a
what?
minute.
Damn.
Consistency?
Pool
You
consistency.
think that's a good
Okay.
transition to end this shit? Be fun and be good. You're not good, Hunter. You're fucking shit.
Oh, listen, I never said I was good at
Boo,
pool.
Hunter, boo.
Bro,
Point.
can I try that?
5 points for next host. 5 points for Hunter. 5 points.
What?
5 points to you. You're
5
in the
points
lead. You're in the lead so far to the host next.
This shit
next
is fire, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah.
episode.
True.
This shit is like tasty.
What is it?
California cherry.
So
No.
cherry with a little bit of arsenic in it.
A little
That's like
cancer
the
warning
best
in it.
cancer I've ever had.
Oh, you want to see something even cooler?
Dude, that's like the perfect
What
fidget
the
machine.
fuck?
This is a battery.
This man living
Did
in
you
the
hear
future.
about the Pac-Man vapes?
Yes.
You can play Pac-Man on
Yeah.
a fucking vape.
Toxic has one of those.
Bro,
God,
what?
no.
It has 3 games on it. Pac-Man. It's called Pac-Maze though. It's like off-brand.
What?
But yeah, you got games on your vape.
That's
You got games on your vape?
We're gonna have
That's so
MP3s on vape soon.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
Absolutely, they should do that.
at what point are vapes going to be like built into our
They're gonna be
smartphones?
phones.
Y'all should
Yeah, just built
distribute
It's
in.
gonna be like
music on
this.
vapes.
It's gonna be like
Instead of the iPhone, the V phone.
The vape phone. No,
gonna be like on your phone, and you're gonna be like this.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Oh, it'll slide out like the stylus pens.
You're gonna be like that.
The music plays when you hit it. I know.
You're gonna be like this. You're on your vape. You're like, oh, you're on your phone. You're like, all right, cool. This is a cool ass phone, man.
I don't think.
Fuck CDs, fuck tapes, fuck
I like
USBs.
CDs.
Y'all should distribute your music on vapes.
CD's nuts.
Yes.
It's gonna sound like shit.
Unlike USD
It's part of
vape
the
drives.
vibes.
Unlike USD vape drives.
Yeah.
USB drives that you can vape from.
Yeah. I saw an attachment the other day that goes onto a game controller that's for holding your vape, so you can play.
What the fuck?
That's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
That's like degenerate.
I know. I know. It's funny though.
I guarantee you 1 in every 6 Destiny players on
No!
I guarantee you.
There's 5 of us. And I
and that's
think
being
one
generous.
said Destiny earlier. I'm looking at
That's
it
why I
right
said
now.
1 in 5 Destiny players.
Listen,
Not
I
that
don't
we
play
all-
Destiny no more.
One of my side hobbies that I haven't been involved in very much lately, but is airsoft, and
Oh, fuck.
fucking
yeah.
love airsoft. And one of the things I really wanted to make, because 3D printing is really big in airsoft, making your own attachments
Makes
and,
sense.
and costumes and shit too. Sometimes I wanted a vape attachment, something that
On your
attached to the
gun?
side of the gun, and just,
You're gonna be like this. You're going down on.
yeah.
You'd
Or
have to
like-
get like an HQD for that though, so it can fit perfectly in there.
Yeah, just
Right.
So like,
get a fucking 1200. Yeah.
You can just reload.
Or I'm imagining, you know how
Pop it
some people will have like camelbacks for water, but imagine it's
Oh,
like rigged up
fuck.
somehow where
No,
the
get
tube
that
is for
hat.
it's
vaping.
just a,
Get that beer hat. You can just like a straw and just kind of
Yeah.
a hookah,
Yeah.
or just
a hat hookah,
Hookah hat.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. I don't
a
care.
hookah hat,
It's called beer
a
hat.
hacka.
beer hat.
Oh, shit.
Just get the camelback full of vape juice, and then it's just the vape at the end of it.
Yeah.
The camel vape.
Yeah.
It's a 10,000 hit vape meant for airsoft.
Y'all seen the massive
bucks.
vape that they made on H3, right?
I was just thinking
The
that.
thing that
Yeah.
has like 8,000 batteries and shit.
They
The
sh-
big
And it's
HQD.
No, it's
No,
a
no,
big
no, no.
box that's you have to have like straps on to hold it.
You have to wear it. to
Yeah,
do it.
it's like a big ass thing. It's like this. It's like 3 of these.
Yeah.
Like vertical or horizontal?
If you lay these like on its side, it's like 2 on its side and then 1 vertical. Because like 1 big box and 1, and it had a screen like an iPad on it for like
LEDs.
Yeah. Are you looking at a picture for it? He'll find it in a second.
Tesla vapes.
Oh God.
It had like
No.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see
Is that like marijuana or is that like?
that was just vape. It was
Bro, that'd be a fire ass cart.
right.
Yeah.
Take a blinker out of that bad
Like
boy.
imagine stepping into like the local like fucking EDM show and just like smoking up the place and like THC.
You can turn the smoke machines
What
off.
the
I got you.
I got
fuck, dude? Holy that's like a TV.
Oh God.
That's like cancer in like 10 weeks.
No, like 10 minutes.
Cancer speed run.
10 cancer speedrun and your percent.
Lung collapse speed run.
I don't know about y'all. I want to
How
play some
long
music.
did you hit
Popcorn lung
this?
speed run.
The blinkers it must be
I wanna
crazy
eat.
on that thing.
I know.
I want to play some music, then eat. And
Dude,
then I gotta
all
play
I'm
pool.
thinking about right now is food.
Again, I'll play one song, then we can get some food.
Well, okay, so we can start wrapping up, but we
Hey.
have a final topic to get to
All right, yeah.
Oh.
that we get to with every guest. The ghost stories.
Oh, I got one
All
already.
right. Well,
Bet.
hold on.
Huge.
Before let me set the vibe for this. So, question for all three of you: stories relating to ghosts or aliens, or it could be vision experiences that you had,
Cryptids.
cryptids. What else?
The
am I missing?
paranormal.
Anything the paranormal. Anything of that. I'm sorry, I keep hitting my mic. Anything of relating to that stuff.
Here, let me
I got one.
let me go first real quick.
Nah,
'cause-
nah. Rock, paper,
No,
scissors.
here's
called it.
why.
Rock,
Here's
paper,
why.
scissors.
Here's why.
I'll go last.
Because this is gonna sound like
Locked in.
shit. I don't care. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I'm sorry. I don't.
Uh-oh.
But
You don't have to
y'all,
believe in it to have stories about it.
but
We got a
here's a little
square
story real
over
quick.
here.
Y'all know the SCP Foundation?
Yes.
Yes.
I am obsessed with the SCP
Bro.
Foundation. It's so mesmerizing. I know like not all of them. There's so much. There's like what over 8,000 now or close to that. It's such fascinating. I think it was SCP-173 was that game that came out like in 2010
Yeah, the
or
containment breach.
SCP-097. What was that one? It
I'm
was
not-
one of those.
It was 173. It
Yeah.
was containment breach.
Yeah.
That turned into containment breach.
Yeah, and I've played those games. Like I said, I'm a huge horror guy. I love horror films and horror games. I played those games so much, I fell in love with it. And then when I realized there was the SCP Foundation for it, I kept reading and reading and reading. I fell in love with it. That was like one of the first things that got me in like horror itself. Was that and
I
all that bullshit.
I really like. So I'm not quite in deep with SCP stuff, but I do appreciate the like cosmic horror / cosmic mystery
Yeah.
aspect. That's a cosmic horror / cosmic.
Yeah, I
Doesn't even have to be
love that
horror,
shit.
but cosmic mystery is the best word I could think of. For it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like
but I
it's like
love
a
that
really
shit.
cool genre to me.
Yeah. All right, that's all I really want to say. I just love that shit.
I remember I wasn't actually awake for this. It was my girlfriend, and we were sleeping one night. And I remember she told me that like she kept waking up with sleep paralysis, but she could still move. She was just really weak, and like she was seeing like a shadow figure looming over me on my bed, like chanting at me, like almost like best way like she could describe it that I could like assume what it was tongue. Like there was a shadow figure speaking tongue over me, just around my room. And then she turned her head to the window and she heard a dog like whining out there, like a shadow dog just whining at my window.
Damn.
While this shadow figure is like speaking in tongues over me.
Have you seen my dog?
Where's my dog? Where's my dog?
She described it as like some light came into the room and like shined in it, and I like then she just went back to sleep.
Huh.
But I've seen like shadow people in the bathroom, like in my parents' bed when I was little, just standing there staring back at me, like shadow hands reaching at me in the shower. And this was all in my old house, which we moved out of. This all happened like a week ago.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Yeah, like we just
Oh.
like the day
About a
we were
week
about to
ago.
move out is the day that shit happens, where a shadow figure is probably cursing me in like tongues.
They're probably telling you, oh, good luck in your new house, you fucking
Oh
bitch.
yeah, no, I thought this was like childhood or something, and then
No.
you're like, no, this was last
This
week.
was last week, bro.
Yeah, I
like-
remember you telling me about your girl telling me about band practice about that. I'm like, what the
I had to
fuck?
wake up and I could hear her like not screaming but having like a night terror, half asleep, where she was like moving around and like making. I had to like hold her for like an hour for like her to like calm down again. It was like really scary.
Sheesh.
But yeah, like I believe in
Fucking
demons.
hell.
You know what I mean? I believe they're real and they're after people.
No, that's valid, especially around here. I'm sure-
Wait a minute.
there's
Wait a minute.
A lot of haunting around St. Lucie.
Right.
Sure. What about
I
you?
mean, I don't really have any stories. I don't really believe in that, but I just think everything happens for a reason. You know, a lot of things in my life, like I don't feel like things happen by accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah, angels didn't come together by accident. For sure. it
And
didn't.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
everything
should also
happens
make
for a reason.
we should make a point to bring up synchronicities as well.
Yeah.
For our skeptics
Also,
in the
I
group.
really like Opeth. If you guys haven't
Yeah.
gone on. and all their stuff
have to do with
all-
paranormal shit.
Because it's Opeth.
all their stuff is about like it's about like ghosts and just like it's about they make like music about like paranormal stuff. It's really I like their theme. I like the theme of that like paranormal ghost stuff. I mean I don't really believe in it, but it's just cool.
I have a similar outlook on that stuff as both of you do, where I don't have a solid belief in it, but I am open to it. I'm open-minded about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I don't
Yeah.
solidly believe that these things are out there and exist, but I do believe that is within the realm of possibility, and that crazy shit happens that we can't explain all the time.
Can I show you some proof?
Oh god,
please.
we got proof on the pod.
I got proof, bro. Like not
on the
even
pod?
like no cap. I got proof.
My take on it is I personally know for a fact that this stuff exists, but I also know that in most cases it's also something that people have to experience to really make sense out of.
I
and so
actually agree with you.
and so no amount
agree.
of communicating my experience is going to convince somebody who hasn't experienced it for themselves
Right.
that this stuff is real. And, so
And
it's
I've
kind
never
of-
experienced it outside of, which is why I include visions in the.
Yeah,
in the
I've never
preamble.
experienced it, period. But I can admit that if it happens to me, I'll be like, oh shit, it's real, but I've never seen it. I'm that type of person to be like, it's not true or real if people are saying this and I'd never experienced it. Because if it's happening to everyone around me and not me, then
If you-
what the
You're doing
fuck?
something
if
right.
you've lived a whole ass life and haven't run into one of these things, I can completely understand why
Yeah.
you would assume that was just
That's
not
my
the-
Yes,
standpoint.
I've had visions that came to me that, and I was like a little kid that came to me that like overcame me, that felt like it wasn't of my own imagination. It was something that like this visual experience was injected into my brain and made me experience something that was not of my own creation. So that's the one thing that I've experienced, and a lot of very like meaningful dreams. But I've never concretely experienced something in my waking life that was creepy or paranormal. It just looks like a trash bag.
No. Look at there's a fluorescent light and it creates like a figure.
I see it. I think I see what you're talking about. Can you send me that so I can put it up on the podcast?
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah.
That's one of them like sheet ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks like
yeah,
the,
I see what you mean, but that
To
could,
me-
in my what I'm seeing is like it's just light reflection.
I
Did you
mean,
see
yeah,
this
but
in
it creates a
person?
Reflection
perfect
off of
figure.
Did you see this with your eyes or with just the phone?
Just the phone.
That's what I'm saying. It could be stuff with your phone. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just saying like this could be something with lighting and your phone. That's
And
all I'm trying to say.
But
I
the
also-
fact that it captures a figure
yeah,
so
I understand.
perfectly.
Yeah, I see it.
I also want to add another thing with my kind of like belief system around paranormal things is like I personally believe that if all that stuff exists outside of aliens, because aliens is kind of its own category, I personally believe that we have more control over it than it has over us. If you exert your actual will against it, I personally believe that. And maybe that might be like the religious upbringing creeping in.
What are you?
What are you?
I'm Christian.
I'm not really anything. I mean, I grew up Christian, and then my family converted to Messianic Judaism, which is like a combo of Jewish and Christian.
Here's the thing for Christianity. Before like you continue, it's like it's more of you can't just be told to follow God. You need to actually like have an experience with Him, and that's
Yes,
like
Yeah,
that's
what I
that's
was
the
just
only
saying.
way you'll actually like
That's true.
love it and appreciate it is when you're given like a really good reason and you're in a point in your life where you kind of just give up and let God take over. That's when it really starts. You can't
Yeah.
just be born into it. You need to find your relationship with God.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
And that's exactly in alignment to what I was saying earlier with like paranormal things in general. It's like sometimes you just kind of have to have the experience for certain things to like click or make sense. So
And I do include the concept of God in paranormal stuff
Yeah,
in
because
that realm.
like
I mean, that's about as paranormal as it gets.
dude,
Yeah.
there are so many demonic experiences, especially like in Reddit and stuff, where people talk about like them chanting like the word Jesus and then like the demons getting angry and running away or like getting, like pissed off.
And
you
that's
know.
that right there is what makes me have that belief of like, unless you let your fear take over, if you stand your ground and you exert your
And you know your shit.
you exert your will over whatever entity it is, I believe we are stronger than those forces.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it's we though.
unless you let it take over.
I would say it's more just like, at least with what I believe in, I feel like it's God giving you his strength to stomp over this like dark energy.
Yeah.
But, you know, it all varies, to be honest. It all varies very widely on how people take that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Very true.
Oh, there you go.
Like, have you ever seen a exorcism?
Not in person, no.
I haven't either. So we can't.
Have you seen Exorcist? I'll
No.
tell you all about it. Have you seen
No.
the person?
Oh,
No.
man.
But I have had experiences. Well, things that happened to family members. So not personal to me, but experiences of things that happened in my family that led me to believe partially, or at least lead me to
You know
believe
of it.
lead me to believe that there is something greater. I don't have a concrete belief of which interpretation, because I feel like humans have
Plenty.
so many different interpretations of God and higher forces and whatnot. So I'm not married to a particular version of God, but I do believe there is something. And I'll tell you quickly a couple of reasons why. Two very specific standout experiences. One was, this is kind of a smaller one. The I'll save the better one for a second. The smaller one was my mom. This was during a time in my life where she was dating a very shitty person. I'll just say it like that. I was younger. I was in middle school. And she drove his trucks to somewhere to get it fixed. She gets to the mechanic, and the mechanic literally tells her, "I don't know how you got this here and didn't die, because the freaking brake lines were completely severed.
Damn.
How the fuck do you drive a truck across town and not get into an accident with completely severed brake lines?"
That's almost impossible.
That's what I'm saying. So that right there
That's a
is like,
testimony. That's a whole testimony.
that right
Yeah.
there is like evidence to me. And then the other thing, there's a whole backstory around it, but the gist of it was, and this was told to me by my grandmother. So again, not a personal experience, but family. My uncle and my aunt were looking for a house. They were house shopping or whatever, and they looked at a house that they were interested in, but they didn't, lock it in yet. Well, a little bit later, like a week or two later, my grandmother, completely different part of, like, not even in the same city, gets a piece of mail, like the wrong address on it. The address on it that gets to her house is the house that they were looking at.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Really?
My aunt and uncle were looking for a house. They found one that they were interested in. A week later, a timeline could be wrong, I don't know, however long later, piece of mail that is assigned for that address ends up at my grandmother's house.
That's crazy.
And they took it as like,
Did you get the house?
like I guess that's their house
crazy.
now.
Did you get the house?
They got, yeah. They moved in there.
Dang.
Are they happy with it?
Yeah.
No. Can you imagine they moved there and they're like, bro, this sucks. What the fuck, God?
Why is
would
there
you do
why is there
that?
haunted shit in my bathroom?
They're
Yeah,
seeing
you got-
phantoms every other night.
Yeah, you guys are just haunted as
The
fuck.
Hat Man's coming to take a visit.
Right?
Did you get my letter?
I sent it to you 35 years ago.
But dude,
Just watch out. They call him the mailman.
The mailman.
Oh no, the man.
Oh, that guy's my father.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I fucking
Took me a second. That took me a second.
I remember being at work and I was like going through a very hard time and I was working for this pool company. And I remember I was begging God for a sign. Like I was just done with life at that point. And I go to the back of this house and the shadows and like the light like reflected from the pool created such a perfect cross dead in the center with radiating light, like just circling the cross, not even like a whole circle, just like lining out the cross. And I'm just standing there like, the chances of this ever happening, like where it perfectly forms a cross in the water with the shadows, the time of day and the light, the time that I got there, it's too coincidental for me to think that
So
wasn't
many
a sign.
things had to line up.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
right.
It was
Yeah.
like an eclipse. What are the chances that a cross is going to form in the center of a pool with light?
Yeah, no, that's legit.
Creation in general is another thing that leads me to believe there's a designer of some kind.
And
Just
there's also a
because
destroyer.
There's so many people that make the argument that all this could happen from randomness, from nothing, and
which is stupid.
I kind of am open to that possibility, but it's like so unlikely to me.
Everything is so intricately built into this world. It's
Yeah.
hard to believe. Like, we have such specific body parts. There's no way that's just like, we're so like, what's the word?
Intricate,
Like, yes.
so
yes.
meticulously designed.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. We have lungs to breathe. We have a heart to pump blood.
Well, not only that, but then there's so much shit we still don't understand biologically. Like
We still make music at the end of it all.
yeah.
Like,
But
that's the crazy
humans
thing, too, at
have
the
been
end.
around for however long, and we still don't fully know how we work. Because it's that complicated.
Yeah, like, why do we shit?
Well, I think they figured that part out.
Yeah, no, we have sleeping
you eat
and yawning.
the food, it goes to stomach and make poop.
Yeah.
How does that work, though?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's just
Digestive tract.
God did. That's all you need.
Wait
to
a
know.
it. God did.
God did.
It's God
Juice
did.
World did.
You guys ever think when you were little that whenever it rained, God was pissing on you?
Damn, that motherfucker pisses a lot, man.
Well, I mean, he's God.
Homie's just pissing on Florida during the summer, like that.
He fucking
Bro, I
hates
forget
Florida.
where I
Is he
heard-
pissing through a strainer? Like, why is it everywhere? It's
'Cause
like
it's
one
so
stream.
big.
No, no,
It's
he,
like a bunch of
he
particles.
pisses it into a fucking like a
Oil
Colander.
thing.
What are we? Whose
No.
piss are we
What do
talking
you-
about?
what do you-
God.
A teapot.
God's piss.
Well,
no, no. What do you
Yeah,
use
of
to
course.
water plants? I forgot what the thing's
A
called.
kettle?
No, not a kettle.
Wait, no, that's the
Plastic
A
thing?
water
Yeah.
pot.
You
Yeah.
piss in there. Once it's full, he's like, "All right, I gotta spread it out now on my fucking earth." Like, what the fuck?
That's how he hydrates.
That's how he is, bro.
That's how he hydrates.
That's how it keeps
No,
the
that's how he
nitrate.
urinates.
That's how it keeps the nitrate balance in the soil already.
Yeah.
Hey, urination is hydration.
Oh God, no, we're not talking about that. Can we stop now?
Urination?
Yep.
Can we stop?
As-
That's a
Who here has
Oh,
drank piss?
Jordy,
Nobody.
Raise your hand.
Quote
homie.
Jordy of Angelson Band 2024.
I have not.
Hydration is
Oh,
urination.
I have
is
not.
hydration.
hydration is urination, baby. That's the next song.
You're
Not
in
yet.
denial.
That's a good song title. Here you go.
That's the second album name.
It's urination.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uranus.
It's urine.
Urine.
Big letters nation.
And then
The sequel to Vape
small
Nation.
print- in the small print is hydration.
Dude,
And
if you
Yeah.
if you had to rip out any organ and it was like from like most painful to extremely painful, which one would you have to pick?
Did you mean to say least to most?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
If
God,
I
I
had
don't
to-
want to talk about
Dick.
this.
Like, which organ would you rip out
I
if
feel
you
like
had
they
to?
would all hurt.
Yeah, but
Dick.
which one would you rip out if you had to?
My pancreas.
Yes, because you don't need a pancreas.
I thought.
And because from
kidney, you can only need one.
From
Yeah.
what I understand, it would probably be less painful to tear your pancreas out than to suffer from pancreatitis.
Yeah.
Apparently
Yeah,
that shit's
that's
like
true.
diabolically painful. And so I'd
Dick.
rather just get rid of it.
Did you say dick?
I said dick like 5 times.
Oh,
Our
God.
Angelson
I've been
guitarist
waiting
is
for somebody
super
to
gay.
respond.
I am not gay.
You lost the game.
Well, damn, we just
Wait,
lost
Trey,
it
do you
twice.
remember the game?
Unfortunately, yes. Yes.
What
It's
game?
haunted me since middle
All right,
school.
we started the podcast with penis jokes. Now we're ending with penis jokes, or we're
And
gonna
piss.
We're ending with
And
we're
piss.
ending with
What's
the
your
game.
fucking porn star name?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I,
They
don't,
never gave it to us.
God.
I don't think any of us came up with one.
What did you come up with?
Hunter Angelson.
Oh, God. What did you come up
I
with?
said
Silly
demon,
Willy.
demon dad.
Silly
for you.
Willy?
Yeah.
Or demon
Devil Daddy.
devil daddy.
We hate your face, eat shit and die today. You know that? You know Devil Daddy?
don't.
It's-
All right,
it's-
you
it's-
want
it's
mine, motherfucker? It's
some
here we go.
Stupid music
Yep.
project.
Here we go. You
from
want
the-
mine?
From the drummer of Five Finger Death Punch.
Okay.
You want mine?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yes.
Daddy.
Jesus.
Yeah, I thought that was an actual reaction for a second.
That
I
is
was like, "Ah."
okay. I think that's good enough. I guess.
Yep.
Poor name.
Okay.
Trey for
3
real.
bodies.
3 bodies.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Call back.
Which actually is far more fitting than I thought. My name is Trey. It's 3 bodies.
Oh.
Yeah, see?
And this
Trey
man
bodies.
lyrical with that bullshit.
Mm.
I've never thought about
that
what
is
my-
a throwback.
I've never thought about what my porn name would be.
Neither have I.
Devin Demolisher.
Wait a minute. Alex the Terrible.
Miscucious.
Muscutius. Muscutius.
Miscutious.
Penelope.
Joy's would be Jiggly.
Jigglypuff.
All right,
Jiggly Jordan.
Well,
Jordan.
thank you, Angelson band,
Angelson.
for
That's
coming
our
up.
that's our
That's
group name,
Pussy Hunter
Angelson.
Angelson. That's going to be Daddy and
Silly Willy.
Silly Willy of Angelson.
All right,
band.
never call Jake Daddy ever again.
on
We're
Ghost on the
Wait.
House.
Plug,
This is porn
plug
name. I
social
don't make the. I didn't make the
medias
name. It's
and-
just
Murdering
pages
rich people.
and stuff.
Murdering rich people. Angelson band.
I'm the only one
At
looking
Hunter
this camera.
Angelson.
Knock
no
this on
space.
Spotify. I'm making a new Spotify, so don't actually follow that.
I am Jakeplier1, JAKEIPLIER1, and
AKA
Angelson.
Gay Man 1.
You're goddamn right. Wait a minute. And then Angelson Band, follow the accounts. We're going to get more going on. Follow us. We're pretty funny and pretty cool. We're going to make good music.
The 28th of November.
True.
Something like that. And yeah, thank you.
Book us for
Thank you for having
shows.
us on.
Book
Seriously.
us for shows.
Seriously.
Book us for
Support your
shows.
local scene. Support your local
Yeah,
scene.
thank you
Support
guys.
your local scene.
Come buy our
Come.
non-existent
Come.
merch.
Thank you guys so much for having us on. This has been a real pleasure. I'm
Thank you.
very grateful that we're in this, and this has
been fun.
been a very fun and very funny experience, and I'm glad I came. Thank you guys so
Absolutely.
much.
Glad to have you guys on.
Ghost in the Ox on Twitter. Fuck X. I'm still calling it Twitter.
Yeah.
Ghost in the Ox on Threads. As much as that pains me.
On Kick.
Ghost on the Ox. No. Wait, which Kick? The old Kick or the new Kick?
The new kick.
Oh God, no!
I thought you were talking about Kick the Messenger from back in the day.
I
Oh,
was
fuck
thinking-
Imagine.
no.
I talked to so many pedophiles
Go-
on that app.
Me too.
All right, come
Ghost
on.
in the Ox. If you're listening to the audio, we're also on YouTube. So Ghost in the Ox on YouTube.
Is Angelson on YouTube?
We're going to be eventually.
Linktree, Ghost in the Ox. You can submit questions there, so do that because we would like to answer questions, but nobody ever submits any. Wow. All right.
Just
Bye.
stare awkwardly
Bye.
at the
I don't
camera.
know if I'm like.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I dropped the stick. Fuck it. You can splice that down, right?
Yeah, of course.
You'll hear because I did it.